Well, what the hell? So, I don't know what's going on, but apparently my StreamYard does not allow me to play my clips anymore. So, hold on. Excuse me, StreamYard, I have to pay now to play my clips? I can't play my damn intro? You know what, bro? Let me try one more time. The free plan comes with one example video. If you'd like to share your own videos, check out our upgrade plans. Frick you. Well, you guys are just imagining the intro for now. Just imagine it in your eyes. You guys are back to Cobra Kai Karate. Get back to your benefits today of Cobra Kai Network episode 188. Sorry about those technical difficulties. I will definitely be getting that figured out soon. Anyway, the worst part about this, I can't play Matthew's intro, so mother fricker, you got off the hook once. I'll figure this out soon, guys. Matthew, you are in the clear for now. StreamYard is working against me. I don't know if you paid him off, but you can run, you can't hide. Cobra Kai World.
What's up?
Did you know that? StreamYard did that? Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
What the hell? That's some baloney right there.
StreamYard. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Maybe it's something different. Maybe because I have no idea. This makes no sense. Whatever. I'll figure that out another time. Well, welcome back to Cobra Kai Network, episode 188. We do have some news, some Cobra Kai news stuff we'll be talking about. Let's read our chat real quick. Yeah, Beyond the Kai here. What's up, Karate? What's up, Beyond the Kai? Melissa, happy belated 4th of July. Yes. It's supposed to be the 4th of July special. Actually, I know, I said it on Monday. I do want to say, for anyone who did not know, I posted my community tab. My computers were not working for some reasons, so I had to buy a new one. I'm on my new one now. So hopefully, sorry, I also was sick a while back too. Terribly, like honestly, probably one of the worst sickness I ever had in my life. It was probably the worst cold I ever had. Because I told about the time I had the flu one time where I literally threw up like 7 times in one day and I was sick the entire day. It was terrible. That was definitely the worst pain I've ever been in from sickness. But as far as actual sickness, I was probably the most sick a while back with my cold. I mean, it was terrible. I was like, my head hurt, everything hurt. I could barely move. I was coughing nonstop. I felt like I could barely breathe. You know, I was like having fever dreams, like hallucinating at nighttime. It was not good. Anyway, just beyond the point. We are here. Beyond Bonsai, Melissa, how's it going? All right. Oh, yeah, 4th of July. It's supposed to be the 4th of July special. Sorry, but it is actually, no, it still is. So I told Matthew he has to be extra patriotic. He seems pretty patriotic right now, aren't you, Matthew?
Yep.
You want to say like the Pledge of Allegiance just for like the vibes?
No, I can't do it. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
You don't know the Pledge of Allegiance? Come on.
It's been a while, man.
Whatever. Cobra Kai needs a spin-off. If you don't like it, don't throw a fit. You get what you get.
Okay, we haven't even started talking about it, but okay.
You don't throw... Bro, I haven't heard that. I remember my mom used to say that to me. You know, don't throw a fit. You get what you get. Brought back some bad memories, but yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I know there's various of opinions. Honestly, I would expect and honestly preferably hope fans would be excited for this. You know, I never don't want anyone not to be excited about anything unless it's generally damaging the franchise. I don't think this will deliberately damage the franchise. I think it just taints it to a degree. Obviously, it still depends how it goes. Because a spinoff could still be good, but it also could still be bad. Or it doesn't necessarily need to be bad, it just doesn't need to be necessary at the time. Because a Cobra Kai spinoff could be good in a couple of years. But like I said, we're going to talk about this a little bit. We'll get to that in just a minute. I'll have to pull up the whole stuff there. You know, our last network, we're talking about the whole Martin Cove stuff. And
Bite
the whole,
first, bite hard, no mercy, sir.
Spider-Man and the Punisher stuff. But yeah, for this one, like I said, 4th of July, I didn't do too much. I was going to go up to our grandparents, but something came up. So we just went out. We actually usually don't really buy fireworks, you know, it's too much money. those fireworks are expensive. We just went out to watch the city fireworks. So that's really about it. Matthew, you do anything for 4th of July?
I was
You want to
working. I was working an 8-hour shift.
You got a job, really?
Yes, I did.
Nice. Why do you tell me, bro? Is it
I don't know.
Is it like in the mafia or something? You're out burying bodies?
No.
I believe you. Well, you can tell me off stream if you don't want to say it here. That's fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's good to know. Damn, working on the 4th of July. I thought people are off on the 4th of July.
Oh no. That they were busy.
Yeah, the mafia never sleeps.
It's a bar, so people have to get drunk on 4th of July. Doesn't make sense to me, but whatever.
Yeah. Strike, don't bite. Well, we wouldn't want him to strike her either. But yeah.
Well, yeah, that'd probably
honestly,
be worse.
Would you rather get punched or bit? Honestly, even though getting punched might be worse, might be more painful, I just couldn't mentally accept someone biting me. You know what I mean? Someone punching me, that makes sense. Like, that's a normal way to attack someone. But how am I supposed to explain to someone and, like, live knowing somebody bit me? I'd be more offended if someone bites me.
She did post a video recently on Instagram saying, like, she doesn't want this to, like, negatively affect the show or whatever.
I mean, it doesn't.
Like, she's like, nobody wants to get attacked at work. Like,
no one wants to get beat either. Jim Tim, hey man. What's up, Jim Tim world?
What's up, Jim Tim?
So now would be a good time to talk about the Cobra Kai spin-off and what it's going to be, what we want it to be, and our expectations, and the whole discussion there. So yeah, let's talk about that. And then after that, we'll talk about the movies coming up in July, which seem fun. A couple TV shows coming up too. So we'll talk about all that. First, let's talk about this. And I did make a video about this. It was pretty cool to make a video to talk about Cobra Kai news. It's been a while since I did that. And yeah, I have a lot of videos recorded that I just haven't posted. Like my Godfather video I just posted. I recorded that 3 weeks ago. I just never got to post it. A lot of my videos are just like, whenever I'm like free, I just record like 5 or 6 videos. And I just post it when I do, when it's time seems right. Just so I'm not like, it seems easier that way. So if I'm like wearing the same clothes like 3 days apart, I'm not like SpongeBob and a sicko. I just want to make that clear. Okay, my Instagram is not working on me. Not loading, but wait for that. Bonsai Cobra Kai World.
Bonsai Melissa.
Okay, let's see here. Where I got this saved? Please tell me I saved it. I did not. I'm a dumbass. Didn't you send the group chat?
Yeah.
That wasn't too far back, was it?
No, shouldn't be.
There's no arguments in the group chat either, so it should be easier to find.
Really haven't been talking that much.
Yeah, it seems like everyone's been kind of busy. I was talking to Jake a little bit last night just about things. Evan, he seems to be busy. He has some disturbing stories on his personal Instagram, which I will not go into.
Oh, jeez.
Just some cringy things that, honestly, I don't know if he actually posted that or someone went on his phone to post that, but I cannot imagine that he would post that. But it's beyond the point. I don't know why I'm even on his personal friend thing. I don't know if he knows I'm on there, but he should probably take me off. All right. Anyway, let's look at what we got here. A Cobra Kai spin-off is officially in early development. This is from it's from Ralph Macchio. I'm not sure who his Instagram is. Fuzzbuzzer.
Film Buzz. They report news.
So they said during the Newport Beach TV Fest panel, whatever the hell that is, Ralph Macchio confirms a new Cobra Kai spin-off is early in development. So he says, I know the guys are working on some ideas, and 2 things that we know, the Miyagi-verse is infinite and Cobra Kai never dies. We're working on it. God, I hate the Miyagi-verse name so much. Like, that actually infuriates me. Anyway, so basically he says they're working on something, something's in the work, and they kind of been hinting at that like right when the show ended. The one they've hit the most was Mr. Miyagi prequel, which is probably the safest bet, and it's probably the one that's going to happen. And honestly, if you were to make a spinoff, that would be the one I would prefer to do. Because I've been saying for a long time, when you end the show, you should not do spinoffs. If you want to do a spinoff, it should be a prequel. And the prequel ideas I had in mind at the time were a young Mr. Miyagi story would be the obvious, a young Chosen story, a young Silver and Kree story, um, stuff like that. That's really all you really could do if you want to go in prequels. Um, Now, I say that because my stance still today. If you continue the story after an ending, like season 6 had, which was a very satisfying ending, a great farewell to the franchise, the characters. Every character arc got resolved. Every character went off to what they're supposed to be. I think when you get an ending like that, you should count your stars and say, this is because, like I said, everything needs to come to an end. Everything needs to come to an end. Like, it's impossible to something last forever. No matter how hard you want to keep it going, an ending will eventually be the real and genuine ending. So if you're going to do spin-offs that continue the story, you have to ask yourself, there's going to be a boundary that you need to put in your mind that's far down the road you're starting of an ending. An ending. There needs to be an ending. If you do a spin-off of Miguel and Sam or Robbie and Tori, and then you leave the franchise like that, is that the ending now? Is now the ending to the entire franchise series? It's not that last episode in season 6 where everyone gets a perfect farewell. No, it's a small multitude part of the story of two small characters in their own small individual universe, and they go off and do whatever they do in a spin-off. Now that's the ending to the entire franchise. Or are you going to keep going and keep going forward, and now you're in a place where you're going to go inevitably to drag on the characters and drag on the story? Because even if you're not necessarily dragging it on, let's say they come up with ideas and you get all the teenagers and they all come back to a new series and a new stuff and a new Karate Kid, and the Miyagi verse expands like the Avengers Infinity War, like Li Fong teams up and everyone, all this
Oh,
bullcrap
jeez.
that everybody have. Even if they do that, even if it's actually decent, solid, good television, will it ever come close to a satisfying ending? Because ending will happen. Will it ever come close to what we got in season 6? Hell no. Actually, I don't think there is nothing they can do. You can't get the smartest minds. I can't go write a fan fiction. I can't do anything that can compare to an ending continuing forward than the last episode of season 6. And everyone knows that. So if you care about the franchise, I understand you're going to have excitement to watch these characters continue and do what they do, but you have to understand, if you truly care about the franchise, you need to let go, you need to let it rest, and you got to cherish the moments you've had. Because guess what? You're not going to have opportunity to cherish these moments if you keep watching these spin-offs they're going to do, and these spin-offs happen. You don't know what you have till it's gone. You don't appreciate what you have till it's gone. That's what a good ending. A good ending ends with you wanting more. Because I'd rather have that than being worn out by it. That's the big issue for everyone. They think if you want more, it's a good thing. More money, good for the story. It's not. So that's what I think. I think if season 6 was a mediocre ending, which it was building up to be for 83% of the season, but it wasn't. Every fan, 99% of the fans are in agreement that the last couple episodes was a very satisfying ending. So them continuing the story would be a big mistake. Now, I have said you could pick up the story in 10 to 20 years from now because, like I said, time changes. If you let the story rest and that's the true ending in people's mind and everything, guess what happens? Now that the audience have grew and there's a new generation, now you can do exactly what you did for Cobra Kai to the Karate Kid. That's what you can do. Because time changes everything. It changes dynamics. It changes characters. It changes the universe. Now you get to see the teens as adults in a whole entire new perspective with a new generation. Now we get to be the adults, showing our kids and reminiscing the way we kind of felt with the Karate Kid fans and our parents. That's how you continue the franchise if you want to. Not these cheap small spin-offs that chip away in small little stories and take away of a true ending like Cobra Kai. That is not how you do it. And I'll tell you what, if I hear this Miyagi-verse phrase thrown out one more time, I'm going to lose my damn mind. This is not the Miyagi-verse, the multiverse bullcrap. Stop saying this like this is going to be some sort of freaking huge universe that I have to watch a 20-minute video on YouTube by some goonhead talking about the timeline of Karate Kid so I can figure out what the hell's going on. There should be no figuring out what's going on. It's a simple story. Let's keep it simple. So that's what I think about it. We'll talk about prequels in a minute, about what it could be for a prequel. But Matthew, what do you think about the spinoff? If it is, and I would say it's more of a 50-50 if it is a continuation, because a lot of fans do want that, unfortunately.
Oh boy. I was kind of shocked by this because the show ended in February. So I didn't think we'd get something like this for a while. And, the Karate Kid Legends disaster that happened almost 2 months ago, was just pitiful.
Wait, did you watch that?
No, I didn't, but not yet. But
No, do not say not yet. Consider yourself lucky. Count your prayers.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard from pretty much everybody that it's just completely soulless and has no passion. And there's literally no point in watching it. And people are calling it the worst in the franchise, even though the next Karate Kid exists. But hey, at least that had Mr. Miyagi. So, but anyway, back to this. I just think it's a little too early to be doing this. I did see a report. I don't know how accurate it is, but could be more of a speculation that, the spinoff could be Robbie's journey after Cobra Kai, which would be interesting. But is it really necessary? Yes, Tori and Robbie are two of my favorite characters, but do we really need a spinoff? Probably not. The most likely spinoff is, a Miyagi prequel. It's been speculated for years now. They gotta be careful with that because, the whole AI Miyagi thing, they need to stop doing that. Get an actual actor who cares about the legacy and the story. You got to be careful with that. Get somebody who, actually has care and respect for the Mr. Miyagi character, because Mr. Miyagi is a very sacred character in this franchise. Pat Morita has a special place in every Karate Kid fan's heart, just such an iconic character. So you really got to be careful with that. Some other spin-off ideas. I do think a Kreese and Silver spin-off of them back in the day would be cool, but the problem with that is they've shown too much. So what haven't we seen, So I just don't think it's very likely. A Chosen spin-off after the event of what he went through after the Karate Kid 2 movie would be cool. I wouldn't mind that. Can't really think of any other prequels. I mean, I guess you can do in the Miyagi prequel, you would probably see a young Sato, maybe. I don't know.
Well, yeah, a Miyagi prequel. I think that story-wise, if you're able to get everything perfect directed, it's really a fascinating and compelling story, and a lot of room to work on. It could probably be a 2-season television series, considering because the first season could be more about him as a kid and the Sato and everything that happened in Okinawa. The second season could be more about the war and him in America, and it can end with him getting directly. I would, whether it's 1 season or 2 season, I would want an ending to be exactly leaving right where Daniel walks up, right at that moment. Well, maybe not when he walks up, right when he gets there. So that could be really good. There's a lot that you can do there. But like you said, Miyagi ending is very risky because you have to get everything right. And I do think the I think that they would be the man to do it. But at the same time, some things are kind of out of anyone's control. Frankly, I would not be I'd not be confident in anyone writing as Miyagi, and I would not be confident in any actor holding that helm. Um, I think there's a lot of fans that could pick actors. I think there could be an actor who could pull it off that does care, but to me, it's just like it's really if it goes wrong, it'll be more bad than it will be good if it is good. So you're have a lot more to lose than to gain, even though the gain would be really good. So some of that's really interesting. But if they do Miyagi spin-off, I wouldn't want them to bring on like Kung Fu bull crap that they allegedly did.
Yeah, please don't.
They never taught that to Mr. Miyagi, so I don't know what that even came from. But like you're saying, in continuations, as far as if they were to continue the story, like everything I said still stands true. But like even think about it just story wise, what are you going to do with a Sam and Miguel spin-off in them in Okinawa? Because I don't think there's not much you can do. I mean, I love Miguel, but I don't think Miguel's a lead character. I do not think he could lead a series. Definitely not Sam. I just don't see him as lead characters. I see him more as accomplishments, whatever the hell the word is. I see him more as a Robin to a Batman in a story, which Miguel was with Johnny and with everyone kind of around him. Because if Johnny's not in his story, he doesn't really have too much of a story. So I don't really see what they can do with him on his own with Sam, considering that their relationship has been so crazy. And I don't know what their story could be. Like learning more about Miyagi, I don't really see anything that you gain anything in there. You don't gain anything. And Sam, she's barely even a character on her own 2 feet. She relies on every character around her. Now that she's just on her own, you are forced, now that she is a main character, she has to have a character arc, which it almost felt like they were immune to give her a genuine one in the entire series. So I don't see how they could do that. As far as Tori and Robbie, there's a lot of stuff you could do with those characters. I agree. But like I go back to what I was saying. They need to have an ending. No ending, because if you bring a series in, you're at to bring up drama. Stuff's going to have to happen. It's a series. So stuff needs to happen. Whether they get in fights, do things, whatever story they make up. Things are going to go happen. And the ending to that series or to their characters will not even come remotely close to what we got in Cobra Kai Season 6. Because that right there was their whole entire series that we saw them. They've always got the bad end of the deal. They've always had a bad life, bad parts, bad things happen to them, and now they're finally getting a break, living off happily ever after. Tell me a better ending than that. So what are you going to do now? You're just going to redo that again? Well, if you're going to redo it again and things went wrong, so clearly it's not. It can happen again anytime. It doesn't really feel like a farewell to me. It feels like more like a stopping point to another farewell. That's not a good ending. So that's why that also concerns me. Back to prequels, I would like the Miyagi prequel, but like I said, it needs to be careful. A chosen prequel, I was finding really interesting what they could do beforehand, but considering how much of a joke they made have been Cobra Kai, I don't know that they actually will do that in an actual genuine way. And as far as the Silver and Kree stuff, the entire catalyst and objectives of the story already got shown in Cobra Kai. I don't know what you could even show else. I always found it interesting how Kreese acted in the flashbacks. It seems nothing like Kreese in Karate Kid. Like way too kind, way too much of a kind heart on his shoulder. And that was not just a face he put on in the dojo. We saw it in Karate Kid 2. We saw it in Karate Kid 3. We saw how he carried himself with everyone, with Mr. Miyagi, with anyone he came across. That was who he was. So I don't really know what changed in that spare time. I don't know if anything changed, if that was just bad writing or if something actually happened. They could be more cruel. Because I know he went to the Green Berets. I'm not sure when that took place, but I have no idea. But that would be interesting to explore. But like I said, it wouldn't be enough to make a show off. So it literally gives me of one option that I'd be okay with, and that's Mr. Miyagi prequel. And even that could go terribly wrong. Because if that goes wrong, if you mess up Mr. Miyagi and his story, and it's not to a fan's pleasant, that's going to be the worst thing that ever happened in this franchise. It'll be 20 billion times worse than Karate Kid Legends. Because a soulless mess or a rip-off remake or a sloppy kind of soft reboot in Next Karate Kid, none of those come close to tarnishing a character of a legacy of someone who's passed away, and it's the main objective purpose of the entire franchise. He's the one who holds it together. If you do that, this franchise is literally almost over. It is assassinated. So that what worries me. Because it can't even just be mediocre. Even if it's mediocre, that's so damaging. It needs to be great, or else it's not worth it. So we've been talking for a long time. Let me read the chat. I'm sorry, everybody. I have been looking at it, kind of. I haven't read everything, so let me read everything we got. So start back here. Monty hoping for a Sam and Okinawa spinoff. Robbie and Tori, Miyagi prequel, or an Iron Dragon spinoff. Iron Dragon spinoff is one of the worst ideas I've heard. I don't know why people and not just from you, Melissa. I've heard a lot of people say that. I understand they're interesting characters, but they're in the show. There are 65 episodes of Cobra Kai. They were in it for like 4. Like, what are we talking about? Like, why would we need a spinoff of them? It makes no sense to me. But like, I understand fans wanting a Sam or Rob because those are main characters. Iron Dragons, all the spinoffs we could do, you'd want an Iron Dragon spinoff? I don't get that. Are the Mr. Miyagi prequel? I would really like a prequel of the origins of Miyagi-Do karate. Well, I think that would be in the Miyagi prequel. You know what I mean? Because how can you make a prequel of Miyagi-Do karate without introducing Miyagi? And who would be the main character? Miyagi's dad? I feel like all that stuff would be explained in the Miyagi prequel. That's why it's interesting. It's not just Miyagi's story and his past, which is saying it's really interesting. It's the entire Miyagi-Do legacy and the entire origins. You learn more of that from first-hand point of view of Mr. Miyagi. It could go really well. It could be a phenomenal series. It could be one of the best around, and nothing will keep it down. I'm saying
that was good.
That was not good. Do not comment me on that. But yeah, it's just, it could go really well. If it goes bad, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. I'm probably never gonna make a video on Cobra Kai again. I'll be so pissed. Wouldn't mind seeing the Chosen and Kim.
Oh, no, I would love that.
Beyond the Kai, I love you. I respect opinions. Don't ever throw that idea around in my chat again. One of the worst things that's ever happened in my life was witnessing that. And honestly, the creators should be ashamed of themselves. Every fan should feel disrespected that we got to see Chosen have character assassination in real time, and the fans had the audacity to say it's funny. Oh yeah, a real giggle higgle, a real slap of a real knee slapper there. Just completely throw away the character's whole entire arc. And that's a terrible ending. He goes to live off of a psychopath he barely knows. When the whole entire thing about I have no wife, no kids, he's trying to set up a Komako relationship, but now he goes to date a psychopath, evil person whose ideology is completely different. When he literally went off and said, "All I have is Miyagi-Do. I have no wife, no kids." Kind of a serious point of view there, and he changes that and throws it kind of away for nothing, just because Komako didn't get his flowers. When I don't think it even wants her rejecting him. Like, what the hell? And that's how you end this character, going to live off with a villain. What the, like, am I missing something? Like, someone has to explain that more to me. And that didn't get built up at all. Like I said, if you're gonna do that, what you shouldn't, because it's a terrible idea to intertwine this bullcrap with Chosen. But if you're gonna do that, you have to build it up. You have to build up Chosen's like voidness in a relationship. You gotta show more of Kim and her voidness relationship, because you did parts of that, but that was after the fact. You have to show it build up. You have to have more seasons of them talking about their history, talking about how their past being abused by senseis and like a father figure, like, because that was kind of with Sato. If you do that and it slowly builds up, then you know what? It would at least be understandable. It could have been so simple, but since they're so sloppy, they just have them make out of nowhere. And then you have them a whole night on the beach, and then next thing you know, they're just off, and they don't talk to each other at all. And then now, like 7 episodes later, they're now just going off, and now you're ending his character going off with Jennifer. Like, he barely knows her. He met her for like one day. Going to go to a whole other country. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Now you want to spin off of that. Oh god.
Yeah, apparently Chosen is in Korea to help Kim run Cobra Kai, while Johnny has Cobra Kai in America. Now Sam's in Okinawa. And by the way,
whatever happened, I'm sorry, whatever happened to the whole episode 1 where he goes, Miyagi is all I have, and he was willing to fight and die for the name. Whatever happened to that? He doesn't care anymore?
Like, she's running Cobra Kai her own way in Korea. So what is he going to do? Is he going to help her?
When they changed the name back to Cobra Kai, and now he's allying of Cobra Kai, he did not care at all, because he said that's all I have in my life. Oh, but now I have now I have this girl who I barely know is an evil person. Yay!
She's supposed to be evil.
Person supposed to be? She's not supposed to be. She is. What she did to Tori, and what he knows.
Oh yeah.
What he knows she did to Tori. What she's always done. I mean, it's not like, oh, you're evil, and they talk, and he starts to see the depth in the character. No, they saw for 1 minute, and all he knows about this girl, she's evil, what he did to Tori, and he makes out of her, and Ghost lives off of her. And hey, maybe they talk to each other on the beach. I doubt it. I'm sure there's something else. But let's say in our mind they talked to each other on the beach, and they had this good soul connection. You skip that. And now you just throw them off, or, like, I don't even know what happened to Chosen for the last 5 episodes. I mean, she just goes and murders her grandfather and goes strikes off whatever the frick she's doing. You completely throw her character. Her character was completely meaningless in this show, if you think about it. What did she do? She was a villain, and then the last minute she starts to have redemption that was not built up at all. She kills her grandfather. You don't see her, now she's with Chosen. That's her whole entire character from 5 to 6. Gosh, dang it. You know what? I'm starting to get more mad about season 6 as the day goes on.
Yeah.
Who
and a lot of people.
It was okay. Yeah, it was
a lot of people forget this, but in season 3, Chosen had a dojo. He said, "I have class to teach." So what happened to that? Who's teaching his class?
I mean, the Mr. Miyagi story is really a prequel, but they're talking about spin-offs. I hope it's a Miyagi prequel. Well, yeah, a spin-off is still a prequel. A spin-off can still be a prequel.
Oh, so that's weird. It's kind of weird that we're talking about spin-offs of a spin-off, because Cobra Kai is technically a spin-off of Karate Kid.
A spin-off is just it's like a different product of something else. Like Better Call Saul is a spin-off, and that's a prequel. A prequel is just a timeline. Yeah. A spin-off is a spin-off. So a spin-off can have a timeline of the future, or the present, or the past. It could be anything. As long as it's a universe taking away of a character or a story or whatever from a main series, it's spinning off. It's spinning off into a different thing from that. But it doesn't matter if it's a prequel, if it's the future. Prequel just means it's a story made before. But a spin-off just means a story made after, like released after. You know what I mean? So yeah. Prequel can still be a spin-off. But most spin-offs are continuations. That is true. But there's still a lot of spin-offs that are prequels. Like, they made a prequel spin-off for Dexter. They did it for Breaking Bad. Obviously, Better Call Saul, which is probably better than Breaking Bad. So there's a lot of spin-offs there. Prequels. What's up, Karate? I agree with your points as much as I want. Tori spin-off, they did end the show very well in part 3. Yeah, you really can't end their characters any better than they did in part 3. So you're just going to tarnish the ending. Even if it's a fun ending, it's not going to be better than we got in part 3. Here we go, CVO, terrible takes. Cobra Kai isn't a true ending. Am I supposed to take a guy seriously with that profile picture? But I had someone in my comments say the same thing. It's probably the same guy making fake accounts. You know how pathetic those people are. But if you don't think it's a true ending, I said, okay, tell me what a true ending is. You tell me what more they have to do to satisfy you. Guess what her reply was? Ghost Town, Casper. I didn't say jack crap. Because I don't think
gosh.
These people don't even believe what they say. They just say stuff to try to get a reaction out of people. Because attention and reaction is all they have to live for. Because they don't get it at home. I can guarantee that. Is it a true ending, though? What are you guys laughing at? Did I do something?
The comment that you just read, dude.
Oh, they're laughing at that?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I love a chosen Kim. Why though?
Why would you want that, Melissa? Oh
Like
no, no,
what?
no. You
Like
know better.
what would they
You
even
know what?
do? Is it
I would rather have a Hector spinoff. I would rather have a Hector spinoff.
what would they even do in a chosen Kim spinoff? Is it just gonna be chosen training Cobra Kai with Kim? Like, what's the point?
Honestly, there's more story to tell of Hector than there is of Kim and Chosen. Okay. Honestly, it would. Karate Kid Legends, yeah, okay, the legends were barely in the movie. Yeah, the false advertisement was insane in that. And I
Yeah.
knew it. I didn't think it was gonna be that dramatic. Like it was way worse than I thought. How's your 4th of July? Well, CVO lives in Canada, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does.
Probably doesn't celebrate it, but I'm sure people still celebrate it as an event. I guess. Actually, I have no idea. I'm talking to my ass. I have no idea how the country celebrate 4th of July. They should use the same young actor for Miyagi from the opening. Well, here's the thing: that guy might not be an actual good actor. Like, I mean, like just having someone who looks like you and actually getting an actor who can carry be a protagonist are two different things. So you need a real actor.
Yeah, and it didn't matter because they just ended up being AI Miyagi.
Even you to be big. I agree with that, but I think he's too big for Cobra Kai in the Miyagi verse. You know what I mean? I think he's too big of an actor to be in the Miyagi verse. But yeah, that would be really good. So he's around that age. He's like 45, I think. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
who I would pick. But you never really want to go for the obvious pick. Obvious picks sound fun, but the true best are the hidden gems. Somebody who really cares. So, Pat Miorda, the goat. Yep. Iron Dragon's pretty cool. We see Wolf. We do not need to see that. We do not need to see that. Who needs to see that?
Oh boy.
That's not necessary at all. This guy was in the show for 4 episodes. Relax. Barely. I mean, I don't know. Like full episodes, he's probably only in 4. Like you have a Shinpo Sensei show, dude. That's a story. That's a 15-second story. It's not a whole entire movie or show, dude. Like, dude, people get way too excited with these spin-off ideas. They think everything's be a spin-off. Like, are we having a spin-off of Ralph Macchio like farting on a bridge too? Like, Jesus. I wouldn't be surprised if someone starts throwing around the ideas of spin-offs of Ralph Macchio. I mean, Karate Kid, like Daniel LaRusso from Karate Kid 3 to where he was now. That'd be terrible. Or Johnny in the years where he was absent, like Karate Kid 1 to Cobra Kai. That'd be awful because you'd have to cast someone as Johnny, which should never happen.
Yeah.
Imagine someone else trying to do the Johnny voice and trying to act as Johnny. Oh, God. That'd be miserable.
No. I mean, Evan would enjoy it, but not me.
Oh. They tease. We're going to see a. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hell no.
Sorry, spin-off.
No, I never want to see Zara again.
Well, see her. Never mind. Also, Miguel is only going to be in 2 or 3 episodes of the spin-off. Well, if they have a spin-off, I don't think it'll be individually for Miguel or Sam. I think it'll be them together. And if he is, they're not going to make a Sam spin-off. That is not going to happen. I can promise you that. If they're going to make, I would bet my life. I'd bet my human soul. I bet my human soul that would not happen. Not even because Sam, whatever. No, because if they're going to do a spinoff about that area and that story, it would be theirs or it would be just Miguel. Probably more likely to be Miguel's and theirs. And if you think for a damn second they would have Sam be the main character and the name of the show in a story where Miguel is there with her and he's like a sidekick to her as she's a protagonist, you lost your damn mind. 0 chance that happens.
Yeah, like what is she supposed to do? Like she
She has no independence as a character. She has no individual. She has nothing that actually is just about her. Everything about her is about everything else. It's about someone else's character. It's about someone else's arc. I've talked about this, and it's very frustrating because she had potential to be good. You could still make her interesting in season if you want to do a spin-off, which you shouldn't, but if you do, you could, but not as an antagonist. You cannot make her an antagonist. She is not she was not made to be an antagonist. I don't think she was even made to be a main character. She was made to rally on onto other characters, maybe not intentionally, maybe it was unintentionally, maybe they just they didn't know what they were doing and they just want to do things to make the story keep going. They're thinking more about the story than the characters. That happens a lot, but it's what happened. Okay, and I really don't know how a lot of people do not see that. It should be kind of taken as a fact because it is almost clear. It's clear as day, honestly. And I explained in my video. I don't want to explain it all here, but I go pretty much season by season explaining how every action she makes seems contradicting to her as a person, and you start to realize every decision she makes is to add to something else. If she needs to be controversial and there needs to be drama, she'll cause drama. If she needs to be the good girlfriend, she'll be the good girlfriend for the sake of Miguel and everyone else, for the sake of the story to keep going. But everything about her actual arc, is scattered all over the place. It's like Johnny in season 6, part 1 and part 2, where I was so mad, where everything he's doing is so not like him, but all it's doing is adding to a story. When he needs to be the good mentor, good father, he does that. When he needs to be the rambling lunatic to cause drama between Miyagi-Do and everything, he does that. But why is he doing it for himself? It makes no sense. You're sacrificing the character for the story. Never do that. Honestly, it's better to sacrifice the story for the character. Especially when the story is as bad as season 6 was. You didn't sacrifice Johnny for a good story. You sacrifice him for some cheap budget karate soap opera show, like a sitcom. That's what you did. I'm sorry. I'm being too negative. I'm sorry.
Really, what would she do in a spinoff as the lead? Like, she's gonna run around Okinawa trying to learn about a bunch of stuff.
You know what? More Destiny. Probably the first smart thing you said in the chat.
A Stingray spinoff.
The first smart thing you said.
Yeah, because technically he's a sensei at Cobra Kai, isn't he?
No, I would watch that. Maybe it's not like a spinoff. Maybe it's like a little YouTube video, like a 20-minute little throwaway thing. Breaking Bad actually did that once. They had those 20-minute videos. It was these little skits. It was more like a skit, and it technically is canon. It was just stupid stuff Walt visiting Badger, and he's doing some comedy stuff. It was more like a comedy skit. But you can make the case it's a part of the universe, and some do. You could do that with Stingray. It'd be fun. The actor's amazing. The character's fun. I had no problem with you expanding it in a fun way, like YouTube skits and stuff. But actually making it productive and an actual produced show and spin-off, I think is way too soon. The show just ended this year. What did we do?
Yeah. Ended in February.
Yeah, give it a breathing room. You know what I mean? The reason why Miguel is only going to be 2 or 3 episodes of spin-off because Miguel is only going to be in Okinawa for 2 or 3 weeks. Well, yeah. Well, obviously, if you make the show, something's going to happen. Something's going to come up. It's not like you're going to make a show and have Miguel be in it for 3 episodes. If they make the show, they're going to have something change or something go wrong. I mean, that's what they'll make a story for. They would never make a show with Miguel, and unless the story is just about Miguel. If it's just about Miguel, he's with Sam and he leaves. That could happen, but why? What story is that? He's with Sam and he leaves to college? Something have to go terribly wrong. I don't know why anything is terribly wrong. Yeah. I like that. I like Miguel going off with Sam and going off to college and having a fun. I don't want stuff to go wrong. Stuff will have to go wrong. Because if it doesn't go wrong, there's no story. What's the story if everything goes well?
Yeah.
Because they didn't end Cobra Kai as a start to set up series. No, they ended as a farewell to the characters, like a true, genuine ending does. That's why endings need to be the ending, because endings ends characters, arcs. So when you end an arc, you don't continue it on. It's like digging up a dead person's body and throwing it back in their job. What the hell is your problem?
No, it would not. That's probably
what I said. Oh God, stop with the binary brother stuff. Dude,
the people have been talking about this for years. Dude, it's not interesting at all.
What am I supposed to watch? What am I supposed to witness my eyeballs?
What are they gonna do? Like just run around in college making freaking lab rats AI like simulator or whatever? Like, bro,
dude, please, love of God, don't do that. And plus, Dimitri and Hawk's dynamic became insufferable the last season. I really don't want a series of that. And plus, Hawk, you guys think they really give a piss about that character? Hell no. Yeah, but who gives a piss about that? Who cares? I don't.
They only got introduced for like 5 episodes. Like
I said, they're interesting villains. They are, but they don't warrant an entire series of themselves. Like what are you talking about? I mean, that's the type of stuff that some YouTuber like me, some crazy Cobra Kai fan, makes one of those fan skits about what they did. That's what that is. That is not that's not like some crazy fan like me or whatever making some fan fiction on Reddit. That's what that is. That's not an actual series, a spin-off. These are characters that have been in the show for 4 episodes. Like, what are we talking about? This is so much bigger than you imagine. This is not just a small little. This is an entire franchise of films that go back to 1984, of 6 movies and 6 shows with 65 episodes. They're all successful, and you want to add to the installment with the Iron Dragons. Like you have Cobra Kai, Karate Kid, Karate 2. Oh, and the Iron Dragon spin-off series, and the Binary Bros. Like, dude, do you guys listen to yourself? Like, do you guys actually hear the words that are coming out of your mouth? I'm not trying to be mean because I do appreciate the fans are excited because I do not want the fans to die, and I do appreciate and understand the excitement because we all love the show. No one wanted it to end, but if you truly care about this franchise, you truly seek in your heart, you have to know I'm right. You have to know that the ending was the true ending, and we got to stop with this. Let's leave these ideas on the fan fictions on a YouTube skit video or a Reddit or on Twitter or a little fan fiction. We can all theorize and have fun and keep the energy going. But in actual production, that's going to tarnish the franchise. It will, because an ending will happen. An ending will happen. Even if we enjoy it in real time, even if we get a Binary Bro spinoff, we all laugh and have a good time. Guess what? Payday's going to come. Judgment Day is going to come. I'll be a little dramatic, I know, I'm sorry. But it's going to happen. An ending has to happen. What's it going to be? Is it going to be Binary Bros making a robot and it explodes and we all die? Is it going to be the Terminator 2? What's the ending, guys? What is the ending? And ask yourself, will the ending ever come close to the farewell we got in part 3? It will not come close. So if you care about the franchise, let it go and cherish what we already have. We got way more than we deserve. Cobra Kai should never even happen. That show is a complete... It is insane how that happened. That show was successful. That show should have been a failure, like any other reboot or continuation. It should have been terrible. The concept sounds ridiculous. It is an awful concept, but you know why it worked? It worked off magic. It was phenomenal. We got 6 seasons of that. When that happened, people could imagine a second season. They almost got banned off YouTube. It went to Netflix, became the biggest show in Netflix, and it got 6 seasons, and it ended in a perfect ending. And you guys want to keep this on going on, guys? Holy crap! You have to let it go. I'm being too dramatic. I'm sorry. Like I said, I really do care about this franchise, and I really don't. I literally almost added into my prayer this morning. I do not want this to come out like The Walking Dead did. I do not want to be ashamed to say I'm a Cobra Kai fan. I do not want to do that. Please. I don't want fans in 10 years saying, oh, I don't really want to watch that show. I heard the ending and it gets dragged on. Like fans do to Game of Thrones. Like fans do The Walking Dead, Matthew. Like fans do to that. I do not want that to happen. By the way, Matthew, maybe you're saying, oh, I don't watch a show because it ends bad. You know what I heard that's funny? I heard the Supernatural finale sucked, and you still watch that show.
Actually, it was a great finale, but okay.
I heard it had a 6.8 IMDb rating. That's not good.
How is that not good?
6.8 for a finale?
It's closer to 7 than 6.
Bro, a finale should be like a 9 out of 10 at least if it's a good finale. No. You gotta watch good shows.
It was a good ending for all the characters.
Walking Dead had a higher IMDb rating than
it has a low rating because Dean dies. That's the reason why.
I know Dean is, but terrible ending. You know what? You watched that. I'm watching Invincible. You told me to. And by the way, you are right. It's a great TV show. I just finished season 1. I'm watching season 2. The season 1 finale was awesome. It's a great TV show. And I'm going to review that eventually. So since I did that, you're going to watch Let's get it straight. Walking Dead,
I have
Dexter.
no interest. I am not watching Dexter. Absolutely not.
Oh my gosh, he actually reminds me a lot of you. Like you're gonna watch Sopranos, and honestly, you can throw Game of
I
Thrones in there.
can't. I can't even watch Sopranos. I don't have.
Oh, that's right.
What's
You're
it
in the
called?
mafia. You don't do that mafia. Okay. Look, I don't have HBO Max either. I got canceled. That freaking motherfuckers are on me. But you know what? I'll give you that website I had. Not the one
Oh
with the
hell
virus.
no!
Okay, I did accidentally get the virus. I almost got my credit card scammed. Had to get a new credit card. It was a one-time whoopsie daisy. I forgot to put my ad blockers on. That's all. I got a new site. I was using it today, and it works like a charm. So you're gonna get it, and you're gonna thank me later. And by the way, Dexter just got taken off Netflix. By the way, so you already blew your shot.
Let's go.
You mother. You know what? Count your days, buddy.
Hopefully,
Don't
Walking Dead
ever
gets
ask
to.
me. I'm never gonna
Hopefully
be watching.
Walking Dead
You
gets
know what?
taken off.
I'm never watching that stupid Boys. I'm not watching the Supernatural. You can kiss that goodbye. And you know what? You're lucky I'm even watching Invincible. Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
Invincible is a good show, and a lot of people would agree with me.
It's not as good as Dexter. It's not as good as Walking Dead. It's not as good as Sopranos.
I have no interest in Walking Dead, so.
Until you watch it, you watch one episode, I guarantee you're gonna love it.
It's literally just people trying to like survive a zombie apocalypse. Like, how is that interesting?
You know what? Explain the Supernatural plot. Can you explain that for me? Just explain the plot for Supernatural.
Their mother dies from a ghost, and they get revenge on it, and they do a bunch of other. They kill a bunch of other things like demons, vampires.
Bro. So you find surviving the apocalypse of the world and how that affects human civilization and survival and tactics and morals. You find that less. You find this less. You find someone get revenge on a ghost and killing a ghost and demons more interesting.
I mean, it has a story. What is the story in Walking Dead? Like, what is the
You
story?
know what? Maybe you find out because the first season is only 6 episodes, so you should watch it.
Okay, it only has 6 episodes. What the hell?
6 or 7. Bro, Breaking Bad only had like 8 episodes in its first. I think it only had 7.
Only had 7.
Because a lot of first television shows, they're more out for like an experiment to see if they can continue.
The fact that you have the audacity to say Better Call Saul is better than Breaking Bad is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Bro, they don't start with me, bro. I just rewatched Breaking Bad. I know how good the show is. And season 5 is the greatest television season of all time, and it's not even close. But, bro, Better Call Saul season 5 is better than 1, 2, 3, and probably better than 4 of Breaking Bad. Better Call Saul season 6 is better than 1, 2, 3, 4 of Breaking Bad. Season 4 is better than 2, probably 3. And Better Call Saul season 3 is better than 2, 3, and probably 1. So it's a great show. Like I said, it's close, but like Saul said himself, Walter White could have not done it without me. So you think about that.
All right,
anyway,
you gotta pump the brakes just a little bit, dude.
Nah, he would have got caught.
Breaking Bad was more enjoyable than Better Call Saul. Like, come on now,
bro. You get to see Gus actually rise in the stuff. And
yes,
in Breaking Bad, he already is established villain. You don't get to see a lot of stuff. You don't get to see really any of his actual affiliations until more of season 4, where he goes off and kills all the gang members, and you get the flashback of him. You don't get to see that stuff. They explore his character way more in Better Call Saul. In Better Call Saul, you get to see a lawyer, and you get the whole stuff of Chuck and everything that happened there. And after Chuck passes away in season 3, the show just goes up so much, man. It just amps up. It's insane. Bro, season 6, when Lalo broke in the house and he made Kim go up and kill him, that was the most tense episode in television history. And I've seen a lot of
that was a great episode.
And do you know how crazy that is? That this is a prequel, and we know he survives, and I'm still the most tense thing I've ever seen in my life. And bro, Lalo was the best villain in the entire franchise. Well, let me hold back. He was one of the best villains in the franchise. I'm just saying, he's a lot more scarier than Gus. He was a lot more cool than Gus. And it's so funny because in Lalo and Breaking Bad, when in season 2, where Walt and Jesse have Saul and they're about to shoot him, he goes, "Did Lalo send you?" And they're like, "No." That was just a throwaway line they wrote in Breaking Bad. That was before the show even came out. Lalo was never supposed to be anything. And then they off that one throwaway line, they made that villain in Better Call Saul. It was so awesome. And now it's so crazy when you watch that Better Call Saul scene. It has so much more context. They even added a scene in season 6 of Better Call Saul. They added the flashback after the moment where they talk about it. Yeah, it was so good. So, and I'm sorry, Saul Goodman in Breaking Bad is not. It's really not even. He literally is just a goofy, over the top lawyer. They don't explore him in Breaking Bad at all. They don't, and they don't explore their side characters as much either. I mean, they explore Walt, they explore Jesse. What did they really do with Skyler? With the whole stuff to do with Ted? Oh no, that was not good.
Oh God,
They explored Hank very.
Ted, I see you in there. Open the door, Ted, right now.
What are you doing?
Next time, you'll open the door.
Bro, that was so bad. That was so hard to watch.
Mike just grabs him and throws him in the car.
Oh God, bro! Him in the beginning of that season was off the rails. He goes to deliver the pizza. He goes to get the pizza. He just throws it on the roof. I was like, oh my gosh! And then the cop,
he's like, he burns the money. He tries to burn the money. He's like, no. And he jumps in the pool.
And then he goes to that cop. He's like, no, now you listen to me. And then he just pepper sprays him in the eyes. It's like, oh my gosh, he was really off the rails. Oh gosh. Breaking Bad, when it's funny, is some of the funniest stuff ever. It's honestly more funny than in comedy moments, dude. Bro, season 1, I love that season so much because the comedy moments between him and Jesse in season 1 was so funny. Like when he's on the toilet, he breaks in, he throws a meth out, and he runs, and he's trying to get in the car. He's like chasing after him and everything.
Or when he's like, Jesse, wake up! Where'd you hide it?
Oh God!
And he rips open the cabinets and starts like trying to find it.
Bro, I hate Jane so much in that season. When I rewatched that season, oh my gosh! A lot of people gave Walt crap for like he watched Jane die. Dude, honestly, I think he had to do that. He had to, because he was literally blackmailing his family. And if you think about it, he probably saved Jesse's life. If he would have went with her, he probably would have overdosed in a week.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and he doesn't reveal that to him until season 5. I forgot about that.
Yeah, where he's just he almost did in the Fly episode where he's like Jesse put something in his coffee where he's all like messed up and he's like, I'm sorry for Jane. But he doesn't actually say it. But yeah, he said it to him just because he was like so mad at him for betraying him, I guess. I don't know if you want to call it a betrayal. He kind of did it to himself. Yeah. When I watch Breaking Bad, you look at Walt as like the hero and protagonist, but I couldn't even consider him a villain. But you watch season 5 on the second time, he did become a villain, and he was a good one. Like, bro, just think about that scene where like Jesse's all broken up about Todd killing that kid, and
Walt's killing like his girlfriend. Oh wait, no, never mind. My bad.
No. When Todd killed that kid in the desert,
yeah.
And Walt he doesn't care, and then he's like, "Oh no, this hurts me so much. I can barely sleep at night." And like Jesse's like breaking down. He's like, "You know what, Jesse, you leave and I'll finish the cook." And as he's walking out, he looks back and Walt's just like whistling inside the place cooking the meth. It's like so creepy how he does that, and he really did become a villain, bro. Because after he killed Gus, dude, his ego went over the roof, dude. He was insane. He like goes like, "Say my name, you're Heisenberg."
Goddamn right.
Like, he was so full of himself. But yeah, people still he was definitely not a monster because he was able to get rid of all his money, everything, $80 million, just to save Hank's life. And Hank was trying to put him in jail. So you guys think about that. And he could have killed Jesse in the finale, but he actually protected him. Actually gave him the opportunity to kill him. Jesse didn't do it because he was going to die anyway. So
So then, and
Season
then,
5 is season 5 made Walter the biggest and one of the greatest villains of all time, and in the same season they gave him the greatest redemption of all time. In one season they did that, like because how much you hated Walt in those episodes, and how much you sympathized for him when he's off alone and he has the cancer back. He has a full beard and he's all alone in the place for a month. He's literally offering the guy money, $10,000 just to stay with him and play cards because he's so lonely. And you get to see him go to Skylar. He says he admits he did it for himself. You see like him breaking down and everything. Walt Jr. telling him he should just die. Everything, and how they're able just to give that redemption in such a good way. It's so good. You know, I did just watch Breaking Bad season 5. The ending was the greatest ending of all time, and nothing will ever come even close. And nothing will ever come even close. You know how like they like name an award after something like the Heisman Award? Great finale should be called the Breaking Bad finale, because that's the criteria that people can only dream to have. Like, holy crack. I couldn't think about it. I mean, the last episode of Breaking Bad is my favorite episode of all time. It's the only episode where I would say, in a dramatic way, it's an 11 out of 10. It is beyond anything. Because episodes I give 10 out of 10 doesn't even seem close to those episodes. That and episode 14 of Breaking Bad. You know, episode 14 is the only episode on IMDb history that's rated 10 out of 10. And
that's crazy.
It has the most votes out of any episode. So imagine, it's like 250,000 votes, and it's still a 10 out of 10. The only episode that comes close is a Game of Thrones episode. It has like 200,000 votes. It's like a 9.9. So yeah, it's crazy. Like a 10 out of 10. How do you average 10 out of 10 off 200,000 votes? That's insane. Anyway, we talked about Breaking Bad for a long time. I'm sorry, let's go back to the chat. But you know what's annoying? Those damn anime fans. One of their episodes were getting close to 10 out of 10. Attack of Titans. So they actually went and reviewed bombed Breaking Bad, and they actually brought the episode back to a 9.9 for a while because they wanted there to be a 10 out of 10s. Frick you. And by the way, as we already said now, Attack of Titans episode never got close to 10 out of 10. It's at 9.9 because they tried to go after the Breaking Bad army, and they reviewed bombs way worse. I hate review bombs so much. It just ruins everything. All right, sorry for the whole Breaking Bad. Who started this conversation? We're talking about TV shows.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, they're tied. All right. Right now, I always say this: the greatest TV show of all time is either Better Call Saul or Breaking Bad. And if I had to pick, my answer will always be the one I watched last. The one I watched last, the one I pick, because it's just right when I finish it, my mind's on that one. And I did just finish Breaking Bad, so I am more on the Breaking Bad side, but I don't know. You watch Better Call Saul, I guarantee you I changed my mind. All right. San Miguel spinoff in Okinawa could work with the right story. I mean, sorry for the coughing. With Okinawa, they're learning about different cultures. You know, Chosen has a dojo down there. Yeah, but learning about cultures is more like a tourist attraction, interesting aspect of the lore, an actual story and a plot, at least for episodes. I mean, how is an episode? You know, an episode ends, and you're like, "Oh, I gotta watch the next episode." How is an episode going to end in this story where you gotta watch the next episode? There's not an actual plot, and where's their character arcs? There's a lot you got to get into, and I do not see the ground room. I don't see it. Them learning about the history sounds interesting, but more as a fanfic. It sounds more as like adding to the lore in your mind, an actual production and an actual series that'll even be produced and made and acted and released and promoted, everything. So much goes into that for such little reward I see in that. I don't see it. I just don't. And it goes back to what I've been saying, and I always will say. You do this, you're making a colossal mistake, because now you set a new road. You've just gone down a beautiful road, golden lanterns, and you ended it perfectly, and you made the road 10 times more beautiful, and now you want to start a new road. If you start that road, it makes that other road feel more meaningless, and now you've got to end it even better. Can't end it better. I don't know. I'm going to root for the story. I hope whatever they do is going to be awesome. I hope it's going to be great. I hope it's the greatest thing we ever had. course I do. But I think if they do make a spinoff, even as a continuation, I think actually will be decent. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be solid. But it's irrelevant to my issue if it's solid, good, great, bad, mid. It is not the point. The point is now we have to make a new ending eventually. Inevitably, there will be an ending. We need to make a new one now because we just continued the story after the ending. And the ending will never be as satisfying as what I got over there. I never truly feel that ending when I rewatch it. When I rewatch that series, I'm like, oh man, that was the ending. I just watched it again. Man, that was good. Like I just did with Breaking Bad. Now, but what Better Call Saul did, they added a prequel and they made the prequel go on for 7 years. And after that 7 years of setting up that character and expanding the universe, they continued the story in a beautiful way that pays homage. That was 7 years after the fact, and you set up a spinoff that's a prequel that adds to the future and makes towards a lot of great stuff. That's what that did. And this right here is not that. The only thing that will work that I'd be satisfied with, a Mr. Miyagi prequel done right. That's all I can say. I hope it's prequel. Yes. Who can really portray the character of Miyagi than Pat Miorda? Another actor in that role wouldn't hit well. First time chat, by the way. Okay. Well, I'll say this. Yes, nothing will ever compete or compare to what Pat Miorda did with Mr. Miyagi, but I don't think this is a race on him trying to be better or him trying to do that. It's just about trying to portray and trying to pay homage and trying to stay true to the character. And yes, I think that can be done. I do believe it can be done. But I'm not like it's impossible. It can be done. You can get an actor who cares about the story, who's a great actor, who can study the history, who can talk to Pat Miorda's family, truly care for this character, has a great set of acting skills, studies for the voice, goes out there and makes that character better. He can do that. You look at actors do this all the time. Actors who portray people in real life. Just think about Austin Butler, what he did with Elvis. Elvis is the most impersonated person in human existence. And one of the most iconic people ever. What he did, he studied, he cared, he really got the voice down, and he portrayed it better than anyone ever could. In a place where people who watched it said it was like looking into a mirror into him. It was like looking exactly at him. It didn't even change his voice forever. You look at him, his voice really changed for that role. He even learned how to song. He even learned to sing. That is someone who cares. It can be done. If someone can impersonate Elvis freaking Presley accurately, you can portray a fictional character as a Mr. Miyagi. And I understand everything comes with the legacy. He's passed away. I understand that, but it can be done. But the issue is, if it's done wrong, it is a disaster. It is franchise assassination. That's why I would rather go live off my days and sleep well at night, thinking, you know what, that prequel could have been really, really good. It could have been amazing. But you know what, I'd rather sit at night, thinking about what it could have been than sit at night and have the chance of that being bad or not portrayed it to a degree that's satisfying. No way. That's why I would rather, if I had to say, I would say, I'm not even going to risk it. I'm not even going to give myself an opportunity to make a decision that could tarnish and ruin this franchise that comes to the expense of Pat Miorda. No way. That's why if I were on the production and if I actually this was going to happen, I would make sure 100% certainty, like my life and my family's life depended on it. I would make for 100 billion% certainty, more certain that I will live in my next breath, that it is real work. And if I filmed the whole entire series and I watch it and it's not satisfying, I would blow up the entire thing and throw away everything and delete it. That's how important this is. And I pray that the creators, if they are doing this, that they share the same mindset. And usually I'd be confident that they would. But my confidence has been broken. Because what they did in season 6, dragging out the story, reverting character arcs, the AI Mr. Miyagi stuff, that bullcrap, whatever the frick they did that, CGI bullcrap that was terrible, and trying to like trying to do a storyline that he's not a serial killer. He killed someone, and then just having some sort of twist at the end in the like 12th or 13th episode, bro. No, that worries me.
Yeah, Daniel got paranoid and made a big deal out of it for no reason.
I'll trust a story in no man's hand, no one's hand, and I don't trust no actor to do it. But if I had to pick, I'd pick the creators, and even then, I'm not confident. But if they truly do care for the story like they claim, and I think they do, they have to know that they need to be very careful. The Miyagi versus bullcrap phrase, please. Probably
Not here.
not here. I know why people keep asking that. Like I had like some sort of like IP on there. Like I had some sort of like IP tracker on them. Like I'm gonna track them. I don't know. I put the link in the chat. If they don't join, they don't join. You know, I'm not gonna ask them like what they're doing and everything. They're probably living their life. Like I said, we don't actually know each other personally. We know each other online. I consider them true friends, but it's not like we communicate every single day. We know what's going on in each other's life every single day. So when they're not on here, it's just because they're probably busy or maybe they just don't want to come on. Perfectly understandable. So I don't actually ask them or really do anything. So if they're not on here, that's not a question for me. I would just say that. And if they are not on here and they tell me why they're not on here, I'll say when I get on, like, yeah, something came up, like they're on vacation or something. Which, by the way, I probably am going to go on vacation. I am going to go on vacation in a couple of days. So I'm going to put a community tab out when I'm going to do my next live. Just so you guys know, because it's going to be about a week vacation. So going up north near Canada, up to a cabin. It's a family vacation. It's really nice. It's where I caught that huge fish, 40-inch fish, by the way. Probably a bigger fish than Evan has ever got in his life. Yeah, it was huge. It was northern. It's funny enough, that actually wasn't even my biggest fish. The biggest fish I ever got was 50 inches. And you guys better believe it was huge. And I got it when I was 8 years old. It was almost bigger than me when I was a kid. It was huge. Okay, it was like 45 inches, but I said 50 because it sounded better. My phone wasn't dead. I'll show you guys the picture because I'm not lying. It's literally a picture of me holding it as a kid, and dude, it's like freaking as big as me. Like, dude, that thing scared me when I caught it. And dude, I was on a dock or a deck. I'm reeling this crap in, and dude, it almost dragged me, and I had people holding on to me like, pull it in, and they wanted to pull it in themselves. Like, no, I got it. I pulled it in, dude, and man, it was so awesome. Anyway, but yeah, I know Dan Evans never got a 45-inch fish. I guarantee that. Because they could have gave the origins of Iron Dragons. Oh wait, I already read this. Yeah, I did. I feel like if they actually built the Chosen Kim thing, it could have been better. That could have been better. Still would not have been right because they've already set up stories and arcs that are contradicting that is. So I mean, you set it up, you're still contradicting what you've already set up for these characters prior, but it would have made it more sense. It would have not have been a main reason of the worst episode and one of the worst episodes in cinema history, like that was in episode 8 of season 6.
Well, the gang's all here. Your Johnny video when you had that clip sped up, that was funny.
That might have been the closest I ever got to actually turn off this series in real time. When they kissed, I was so close to turning it off. The only thing that came close was season 5, episode 10, when I thought John Kreese died in that pathetic way. I was so pissed. Honestly, yeah. I was saying I didn't continue the finale. And if you know, I don't know if you remember, but in the group chat, I was furious because I didn't know what happened. I thought he actually died.
I didn't have my phone on because I don't want to see spoilers.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it, but
I was like, this is the worst season ever. I'm not turning on the TV. Creators should be embarrassed of themselves. Basically about that. But then after it came to life, I was It come to life. What am I talking about? It's like, Jesus Christ. He faked his death, and I was really happy. Um, I mean, an Iron Dragon prequel with Wolf can have potential for a story and actor. There's always potential for anything. I mean, I think there's ground room to make a story of him, but like, it's not necessary in this franchise. This franchise is so much bigger than a Wolf spinoff. Like, it's so much bigger than that. It's so much more important. You know, it's like why is this franchise fiddling down to a small villain for 4 episodes in a series of Cobra Kai 65 episodes? Like, why are we doing that? If you're gonna
I
go prequel,
mean,
if you're gonna go a spinoff, go big. Do something that's big. Do something that actually adds to the story, adds to this franchise, adds to the fans' wants. 99% of fans are not going to pick at their number. Sorry, 100% of fans are not going to pick at their number 1, 2, or 3 or 5th option as a spinoff. That. So why? No, that should not happen. I really liked Kim in season 5. I thought she's a great villain. I really liked when they did season 5 where they're actually adding real villains, not these gray areas. A real evil character. But of course, everyone needs a sunset and rainbow ending.
I mean, it's weird enough that Wolf ended up being the final villain over Silver.
Absolutely. Silver is the ultimate villain, and I hate to do this. I don't want to make it like I pride myself, but it is my thoughts. So even if I did not make this, it still would be my thoughts. But what I wrote in my fan fictions was dramatically better for Silver than what they did in season 6, because how they ended him was pathetic. But I did like Wolf as a villain. He was a perfect final villain for Johnny. He added fear, and he added a lot of depth to what Johnny did. He was a perfect villain individually for Johnny, but there should have been something bigger. There should have been a mastermind behind everything. It should have been a mastermind behind Silver, and he's the one holding all the things, the Muppets, holding the strings together. Which he kind of was. He was his accomplishment. But then he just blows up in that sitcom bullcrap way. Oh, gosh.
It's so it's so weird because nobody knows that Silver and Kreese died. Like, Wolf's like, "Where's Silver?" And they're like, "We don't know." Like,
I actually do like that. I like the idea of it ending that way with Kreese and Silver, or the no one knowing. Because at the end of the day, it always comes down to the two of them, right? Because I actually had All-Star Furies was Silver kill Kreese and act in self-defense, right? That's what happened in a way. And it happened in the way we fought, like physically, but that happened. So it was a corny scene, but I like the ending of their character. And I like how no one knows, especially the Kreese parts. The fact that Johnny never knew, it shows a side that it's not a selfish thing. Like, oh, look at me, I always will give me enough for you. No, he did it silently. It makes me think of what Walt did in Breaking Bad. He didn't tell anyone. He didn't tell what's her name, Skylar, that he gave to Gretchen that's going to go to her, that was his money. He said, I have no money left. He doesn't care about what people view him. He just truly, genuinely cares about the family now. Same way, Kreese does not care about the image, trying to portray an image in Johnny's head like he's been doing the entire series. He doesn't care about that. He just cares for him and his family, and he's willing to die for him. I really like that concept. It could have been so well if they just set it up a little bit more, and they did not massacre of a scene. Like, what were they thinking? Did that and give the improvement of that. The amount of stuff I had to go in to do that, to put that on Netflix, put it in front of your face, was insane. That scene was terrible. But like I was saying, for Silver, what I had was to make him the ultimate manipulative, crazy psychopath villain. What we got in there, because what was going to happen was he actually was going to try to do a redemption. The creators, if I were the creator, I would have tried to give him a redemption and made the audience sympathize for him in a way you never thought you could. What would happen is he's in jail. He's trying to talk to Kim, and he has a plans to get out, but he needs Kim's help. But eventually, Kim leaves him. Well, this is a little later, but Kim is talking to Kreese now, and they're talking about stuff, whatever, and she's just helping Kreese. and she finds out what Silver did. And now she's kind of not talking to Silver, and he's in jail, and he has connections to get out, and he talked to Kim, hey, we can get out, and we can go take back Cobra Kai. You just have to wait for me, and you have to help me pick me up. But she doesn't talk to him, and she doesn't know that she's talking to Kreese. He didn't know any of that. As far as she's concerned, Kreese could still be in jail because he has no connections with the outside world at the time. But he has this lawyer guy who is a backup plan who can help him, kind of like the Saul Goodman, to get him out. And which we kind of did see that. The guy did kind of help him, remember? That stuff. You could have just met that guy. What was it? Was it Hayden? Whatever. The lawyer guy's gonna help get him out. And as he's in jail, you get flashbacks of how controlling Kreese was to who he was today. And the flashback was him in the military and a Green Beret mission, where they're out there, and he has a best friend or a brother. I think I wrote him having a brother who joins the military with him because he idolizes his brother, and they have a deep connection. And what happens is Kreese gets captured, and he's trying to go to protect him. Like, this is the man who saved my life. I had to protect him. But as he's going to protect him, he leaves his brother who has been shot. So as he's going to help him, he helps him get out. But when he gets there, Kreese already killed every single one. And he goes, "What are you doing? Like, why? What you're supposed to be going there? This was the mission. You just aborted the mission. You showed mercy. You can't do that." But when he goes back, his brother, as he was trying to escape from being wounded, he steps on a mine right in front of him, and he blows up. And right there, Kreese tells him, "This is what you get for showing mercy." And that makes it perfectly for him, because now he tried to help Kreese, and his brother got blew up by a landmine. Goes back to season 4 when he got in his head talking about the landmines. Remember that? And it even makes them think no mercy is always the option. And now he has this desire to satisfy John Kreese. That's his weakness. We see it in Karate Kid. We see it in season 4. And him trying to change wasn't actually him trying to change. He knew what he was, but he wanted to change. He wanted to live a normal life, but he knew this was who he was. And that's what he came to the realization in season 4 when John Kreese ripped the band-aid off and sent him to jail. He became the ultimate villain. But now that he's in jail and we see him defeated and broken, there's a kid. I want there to be a kid in there, a lot like him from when he was a kid, and he gets beat up and bullied, and he actually helps him, and tries to mentor him. And, he basically says, like, I wish I could live a normal life like you and be young again and start over again. I have nothing, no family, no kids, no wife. All I have is now this karate. That's all I have to be good at something, to go out in a victory. That's all I have. And when he gets out, right when he comes to the realization of, okay, I can go off. Oh, wait, hold on. I messed up my story. Right as he's talking to the kid brings up stuff like, you can still be right, you can still make stuff right. So right when he gets out and he wants to make stuff right, he wants to leave this karate behind, and he thinks, I can finally stop torturing people, I can try to turn a new leaf. Right when he does that, he sees that John Kreese and Kim Da-eun teamed up to ally in Cobra Kai and go off, and that infuriates him and makes him feel betrayed and makes him have nothing else to lose, where now he wants to go off and cause complete chaos with everyone. So now he goes against the Iron Dragons. He goes off and joins like a Taikai, not even to win. He goes off to completely manipulate and destroy from the inner and out, where I want him not even to give a piss about winning. All he wants to do is turn Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai and split them up together and have them keep splitting up and get under Daniel's skin again, manipulate him again, and make him feel like they have nothing else to do but to kill him. And I want him to become a true threat where eventually he is attacking them and they feel so defensive that they need to kill him. But eventually it's going to lead to an all-out brawl, which we talked about this, all huge brawl, where they do not kill him, where they do not, just like Daredevil season 3, you don't get to destroy who I am, you do not allow them to destroy him, and they set him in prison, because that's a better ending, him living off in his mistakes, than him living off dead, because he would have rather be dead than knowing he lost. That was how I had Silver. What happened in season 6? He's in a jacuzzi, butt naked, walks out. He does really nothing. And then now I like what they did in part 3. They explore his sickness, and like him has to go out for that victory, but you barely expand on it. He loses, and then he gets blown up. It's not how it should have been. It's not how it should have been. Him in season 5 was the ultimate villain, manipulative, controlling, smart, 5 steps ahead. His backup plan has a backup plan, and that has a backup plan. Inevitable, invincible. He seemed such a good villain. So, why they did not make him the final villain? Why they did not make him more interesting? Because Tommy Griffin is such a good actor. I don't know. And Silver is my favorite villain of all time. So this really hurt me to see him hardly in season 6. Anyway, that was basically what I had. Kim's story was completely confusing. Yeah. Damn, I'm really behind in the chat. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, everybody. I blame Matthew for allowing me to yap too long. Matthew, you gotta be the yap, please, from now on. Will we ever get a Cobra Kai movie? Legions would be pretty okay, but Cobra Kai movie would be nice. You know, I think if they ever continue the series like in 10 to 20 years, 15 years, whatever, a movie could work. But there's so much characters, you can't really make a movie.
Yeah. It has to be like 2 hours long, and you have to actually like have good pacing.
Like all the movie could be is like if you set up like a tournament and the movie is the tournament. It's like, why would you not just put it in a show though? What's the point?
Yeah.
So it doesn't. Some like when TV shows make movies, it usually doesn't end well. Like look at El Camino, like how that was just a big mess from the start from the ending. I mean, it had great moments. It was good for Josh's character, but like it was just there's too much moving factors to have it in one movie. There's too much going on. What other shows that led to a movie? I can't really think of anything else besides El Camino. Game of Thrones never had one. I can't think of any other shows that were like a big show and got made for a movie. And you know what? It's probably for a good reason because shows are just made for movies. There's so much characters, there's so much movie factors. That's why they made a TV show. Movies are one story. A show is 50 stories. At this point, they're gonna make a spin-off of Yaya's journey. Won't be long since
or Hector fighting Yaya.
Stop it. Any modern spin-offs?
Oh, that was funny.
Generating content. There will be no story to no purpose. Just edit stands. Can hype right over. 100% agree with you. Understands it. Imagine homeless spin-off. God.
I remember the dumb theories of people saying homeless Lynn is Betsy, which made no sense.
Demetrius Hockstad. Fear someone made. Yo, can you hear me?
You were cutting out for a bit.
Yeah, sorry about that. You say they actually had a theory that Dimitri was Hawk's dad. Like someone actually believed that. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, that was so stupid. Like me and Tristan were on a live stream and it was so awkward. This guy was like, he's like, homeless Lynn is actually Betsy, and we're like just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like it was so awkward, dude. It was one of the most awkward things in my life.
I'll never forget that pawn shop guy actor. I requested an interview. He said yes, and then he AWOL'd me. Completely ghosted me. Also, not to say this, but one time Evan told me, and he gave me proof that out of nowhere, that pawn shop guy sent him like a photo on Instagram. You know, you send photos, you open it, like it expires. Send him a photo of him, like looking up at the camera with no shirt on.
Yo, what?
and I seen the photo. You can ask him. I think it was a misclick. I don't know if he accidentally did that. But that's what he told me. Okay, maybe he had a shirt on. Maybe I'm thinking on it too wrong. I think he had a shirt on, but he was looking up at the camera in a strange way. And he just randomly said that to Evan. And the only message they had was like he like tagged him in a story once, like they never even talked. So, next time I talk to Evan, he'll verify my story. I'm not making that up. Right. I hope we get a Cobra Kai movie. Karate Kid Legends was be good, but Rush, a Cobra Kai would be so nice to see. Karate basically describes Sam's arc in the show. LOL. Yeah, her arc is the absence of an arc. I like to see more of Hawk and Dimitri. Hawk and Dimitri now. Yeah, he is. Oh God, he became so annoying in the last season.
Oh my gosh!
Like it actually is not even like fun annoying. Like I genuinely feel like skipping scenes. I cannot stand his voice. I cannot stand his presence. Like like a show makes a character so hateful that is so bad it's actually damaging. Like, oh, props to the actor. Oh, you're supposed to hate him. No, you made him so hateful that now I can barely watch your show. Now it's going from entertainment and enjoyment to it's a dissatisfaction. I do not like watching your show. That's where you gotta. That's where you gotta maintain it. I don't remember who it was, but that one girl in Luke Cage season 2 probably never. I don't want to think about it. They already destroyed Hawk's character after season 4. They did not destroy it. They just did not add to it, and they disrespected it. But they never destroyed it. There was never a scene that I think actually destroyed his arc. His arc was set in stone, and that stone it cannot move. They can throw crap on it. They can flip the middle finger off to it. They can pee on its grave, but that stone stays. And I think that arc will never change. But it does suck how they did taint it to a degree. Because now when you look back on it, it kind of feels meaningless. But it's not. Dude, the MIT stuff dragged on way too long.
Yeah, Dimitri made a big deal out of it for absolutely no reason.
And like it got built up so much tension, and then it got resolved. Kind of just like, yo, bro, we're chill now. Like, I don't know.
Like the only time they're on the same, the only time they're on the same page in season 6 is when Kenny comes back, and they're like, "Oh, we don't like Kenny. He's a spy."
What did I do this time, guys? I'm still far behind, dude. Cobra Kai end. Oh yeah, okay.
This is when you're ranting about spin-offs.
Terminator is the greatest action of all time. It's ridiculous. Megan 2.2 ripoff. It's ridiculous Megan 2.0 ripoff of the For Real. What? I'm sorry. I haven't watched Megan, but that seems very different from Terminator. I don't think it's a ripoff at all. That's a like evil robot. That's not you know what Terminator actually was, right? It's animatronics taking over robots, and now you have to go back in time. There's a Terminator sent back in time to kill a girl to stop her from having a son who takes over the humans, takes over the robots. Did that happen to Megan? Matthew, you watched it.
I've only seen the first one, so the first one's basically just like where like everything starts out fine, but then when she gets attacked by the dog, it screws up like her processing, and she starts doing evil shit, like killing the neighbor's dog, and then killing the neighbor, and then killing this bully that was after. I can't even remember her name, but she was the main character. So basically, what the story is about is a girl loses her parents in the car crash.
Evil robot gets revenge for a girl.
Yeah,
reprogramming.
Yeah. So
that's
basically,
like
the first one. From what I've heard, the second one is that they basically make another robot that's even more evil people, and apparently they give Megan a redemption, which is kind of like, like what's really the point? Like, I heard it did not do well at the box office. Like, I heard it did not make a lot of money.
I mean, the only thing I could see is they did kind of try to show a redemption or whatever for Terminator. It wasn't really a redemption because it's a different Terminator. In Terminator 2, we talking about the first one or second one. The first one, Terminator is going out to kill Sarah. That and she gets saved. She saves herself, honestly, by that one guy who dies to protect her, kind of. Not that. Terminator 2, the same kind of program Terminator goes to protect the son from another Terminator. But this is time travel we're talking about from a war of robots because they take over the world and they want to go back in time to kill the kid who grows up to take down the robots. You know what I mean? That's basically the premise. I don't really see a connection with Megan. But yeah, Terminator 2 is probably the greatest action movie of all. No, what? Terminator 2 is the greatest movie, actually. Terminator 1 is not. I would not say that. It's a great movie. I love it, but that's not the greatest action movie of all time. Terminator 2, I would definitely classify as the greatest action of all time. It's probably the greatest and probably my favorite. I can't think of an action movie I would take over that. I mean, it depends on what we consider action. Because, I'm thinking of movies like Logan and like First Blood or the Rocky movies. There's so much dramas than action. Terminator 2 is an action, so I would say that's probably my favorite and it's the best. But the first one, nah, definitely up there, but no.
Yeah.
The boys are getting spin-offs.
Yeah, so Gen V Season 2 comes out in September, I think. And then I think they finished filming Season 5, so that doesn't come out until 2026. And then they're doing a boys in the boys in Mexico. They're doing that, and then they're doing a prequel show with Soldier Boy. I have no idea when that's coming out. Probably not for a while. But basically, it's a prequel show on how Vought even got formed and, Soldier Boy in World War II and all that.
The Walking Dead is the greatest show of all time. No. It could be your favorite, but it's definitely not the greatest. No show with a bad ending can be the greatest. You can't. That's why people try to argue Game of Thrones. Even if you want to argue that the peak was better than Breaking Bad, and people can argue objectively, like it was probably more loved by fans. It had slightly better ratings. It got a lot more Emmys, ladders, whatever. You can argue all that: acting, story, pacing, cinematography. I feel bad, but whatever. They're all very, very close. They're almost neck if you want to argue those stuff. Even though I only seen the first season of Game of Thrones. And I'm gonna be honest, it was really. I do not understand. The last couple episodes are really fun and interesting, but not to spoil. But yeah, I won't even say it. But something happens to like the main character that you're following that just kind of is pointless. So it just really and there's like three subplots going at the same time that all they do with each other, and they all come in and out for like one episode. It's so I do not see it yet. Watching the show, it still was really done. It was still a good season. Just when I still Game of Thrones, I do not see it in that season. By here, season 6, season 3 is great. So I'll keep watching. But it's fun and really bad right now. So my Wi-Fi goes out. Matthew, you're going to have to take over. But yeah, The Walking Dead is it's not that the ending's like terrible. It's just how you got to the ending. Like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It was just such a flip in tables. Like it was just not good at all, especially season 8. So you can't consider that the greatest. Game of Thrones will never be the greatest because the ending was terrible. I heard it has a 4 out of 10 on IMDb rating, the lowest rated out of any finale in history. one of the most virtually and hated episodes ever. And the worst endings are not ones that are like unsatisfying. The worst endings are one that literally destroy the greatness that you've already watched. Those are truly the worst endings. That's what Dexter did. I'm not going to talk about what happened because I know people haven't seen it, but that ending basically ruined all forward progress he made in the show, which just pisses me off. Because when you're watching that and how good it is, when you rewatch it, it feels meaningless now. That's an ending like that is when endings are truly bad. That's what Catholic Game of Thrones. I will never agree if anyone make the case better than Breaking Bad all time, objectively. Number 2, I would still put Sopranos number 2 all time because that's the first show that ever brought an anti-hero to screen. We've never seen an anti-hero. Matter of fact, episode 5 in Sopranos where he goes off and kills someone, like right in front of the screen. They like the producer like, you cannot do this. Like the audience will turn on them. You cannot do that. But he still did it anyway. It was the first time we got to see an anti-hero on screen, and that's why we got to see the golden age of television. That's why we got to see Walter White. That's why we got to see Dexter Morgan. That's why we got to see what we got in Mad Men, The Wire, all these anti-hero shows that we see today. The Boys, everything, all stems from The Sopranos and what they did. So that's why that will always be number 2 for me. And then 3, I'd go Game of Thrones. 4, I'd go Better Call Saul. And 5, I would go The Wire. If we're just talking greatest of all time. And no, I'm not going to include those anime shows or any animated shows because those are just different things. I'm sorry. Different things. And honestly, I don't want to include sitcoms because those are just stupid. But, like, bro, I watched one episode of Seinfeld. I literally probably the most boring thing I ever watched. And I literally went to go watch the greatest episode. I literally, what's the best episode in Seinfeld? Because I'm pretty sure the universe like resets every episode. You know how shows do that?
Yeah.
I went to go watch the great episode in a series.
Kind of like SpongeBob just resets every episode. Like if there's no story, it just random stuff happening.
Boring as hell. The only sort of sitcom I like, I don't even consider it a sitcom, but more of that area is The Office. And The Office is far better than Seinfeld as an all-time joke. Seinfeld had a bad ending, or just a bad, like a boring ending. Like even Jerry, The Office finale, I heard is a fantastic finale. I never watched the finale. I only watched episodes. It was great. So that's up there. And Dexter and Walking Dead, even though they have endings, those are still up there. I would put Stranger Things up there already. It probably will be higher if it has a great ending in season 5. I think Sons of Archery is up there. Mad Men's up there. Newer shows, I heard The Succession, really good. I'd put that up there. I heard Fargo. I never watched that, but that's pretty good. What are the like all-time great shows? I don't know if you've ever heard of. You ever heard of The Shield? I heard that's pretty good. There's a show called 24. House. Lost. Yeah, there's so much shows I still need to watch. Cobra Kai is definitely top like 20, 25, I would say. Daredevil, I could put up there. It's definitely one of my all-time favorites, but all-time shows, it's definitely up there to a degree. What else could be up there? The Boys, I guess. That's all I can think of. Think of any more shows? No, I can't think of anything else. Oh yeah, Dark. Or that's a good show, that Netflix one. This is what I made right here. This is a tier list I made. Great shows of all time. These are just shows that that was on the list, and I just looked at really the ratings, what people said about it. Yeah, Dark. That's from Netflix. I heard that's really good. The Twilight Zone. You know what? I know I had to put it up there, but what do people see in the Twilight Zone from 1960? And I don't know what people see on that. But yeah, Prison Break. You ever watch that, Matthew? I think it has the actor from Supernatural, doesn't it?
Nope. It has Captain Cold and Heatwave from Legends of Tomorrow.
Whatever that means. True Detective had a phenomenal first season, but the rest are terrible. Mr. Robot. I've been hearing a lot about that lately. You ever heard of that?
No.
Dude, people have been going crazy about that show, saying how great. There's like a twist in like the third or fourth season that is like so dark and crazy. I'm so tempted to look at it, but I just want to watch the show. An episode that's rated 9.9, and that's crazy to me. So I want to watch that eventually. It has that one actor who, a Queen guy. You probably recognize him. What's his name? You know what I'm talking about, that the movie about Queen. He's a pretty well-known actor, I think. Queen in the Queen movie. I don't think it's actually called Queen, but I think he won an Oscar. He's whatever. He's the lead. Look, I'll show you. He was in Oppenheimer as well. This guy right here. Ever heard of him?
No.
Yeah, Mr. Robot. Yeah, he won an Oscar for that. At a museum. Need for. Yeah, I want to watch that show. Definitely. So much show I still need to watch. I'll finish Game of Thrones first, just because. Also, I heard Hannibal's really good. It literally is about a Hannibal person, but seems interesting. Not people eating each other, but like character arcs, I guess. I don't know. Heard that has a really good ending too. All right, someone is here, and I would play as a intro, but like I said, StreamYard is turned to the dark side, so I'm not gonna. What's up, Evan?
You narcissist! You want to watch a biopic of yourself?
Well. The gang's all here.
Bro,
The
I heard good ratings. That's all.
Yeah, because it's about you, buddy.
We're not a cannibal.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're just a million other things that are extremely illegal.
Okay, no. By the way, I need to verify a story that I just said. God, people might not believe me. Remember, the pawn shop guy? He sent you a strange photo out of the blue, out of nowhere, right? From Cobra Kai, the pawn shop guy.
Nah, bro, you're just making this up.
No, you motherfucker! You showed me the picture. He was like standing up the camera. And I think he didn't have a shirt on. That might be in my imagination.
No, he had a shirt on, dog.
What? Oh, he had a shirt on. Okay, that might have just. Sorry, I just meant, So you sent your picture out of nowhere.
Yes, he sent me a selfie out of nowhere.
That's crazy, bro. It must have been an accident or something. I don't know how.
Bro, it's definitely an accident. At least I'd hope.
Yeah, jeez. I'm still mad at that guy for one. He's promised to do an interview, then he just freaking AWOL'd me like an asshole.
Yeah, I would do the same. That's funny. I actually like him more now. That's funny.
You know what the funniest thing ever?
Maybe I should respond to him.
You know what is actually the funniest thing ever? Your interview with G-Rod. Like, it's like, I actually look back at that, dude. You have like this squeakiest little kid voice, and he's like the most intimidating figure. Like, you interviewing him is just so funny.
Yeah,
and then
bro.
he's talking about his story about like how he used to beat up a bully, and he just stops and goes, "Don't do this, young man." And then you usually like nod your head. I was like, "Oh my gosh."
Bro,
he didn't do that to me. I'm just saying. Probably because my voice actually, wasn't a chickmunk.
Bro, I was 11, dog.
Yeah, you were like 12 or 13.
Okay, I was 12. But still.
Bro, if I interviewed him when I was 12, it'd be a lot worse. I can promise you that.
Bro, when you interviewed Cobra Kai Kid when you were 15, it wasn't good.
14, motherfucker.
Big difference.
Look, I was socially awkward and shy at the time. I didn't know what I was doing, okay?
That socially awkward part's gone out the window in the completely wrong direction. That's funny.
Hey, blame Cobra Kai Kid, not me, okay?
I don't think I'm going to blame
so we're
Cobra
talking about
Kai
spin-offs.
Kid for you not having
about
any
the
lights in your room.
spin-offs? Like, wait, Matt, Evan, spin-offs. Like, there's a spin-off going on. Like, there's actual news, like not news from a year ago. You can actually talk about. Not news from 2 years ago. You can talk about.
Wait, actually.
Viewers are catching on to you. I write your comments. Start catching.
Bro, every one of my comments now are either one of two things. And I'm not going to say one of them, but I'm going to say the other. You fell off harder than Hawk. It's the same damn joke over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of burners. Anyway, when I was... a Cobra Kai spin-off is in the works. And I made a video about it. It actually was recorded years ago. I'm sorry,
I may have to make a video now. Wait, what's the news?
Ralph Macchio said that the creators are working on a spin-off and it is in the works. That's all I said. We don't know what it's going to be. Probably a Mr. Miyagi prequel, maybe a continuation. Yeah. So I made a video about that, basically saying why I don't think it's a good idea at the time, just because it's a little too soon. But, I always got to be the contrarian, I guess, even though it's just my honest opinion, or whatever. Do you remember the time? I was so pissed, bro. I was just trying to casually play Fortnite, like a peaceful kid does. And you and Jake are interrogating me and instigating. Oh my gosh, Noah, you're always the contrarian. You're always just trying to say something different. It's my opinion, motherfucker. And I don't care if it's your opinion or the world's opinion. It's my opinion.
Bro, no, your memory is too good that you're still pissed about some conversation that I can't remember 2 years ago.
No, I think about this every single day. Sorry.
I cannot remember this.
No, I'm kidding. Bro, I sent you a damn novel about, I guess I'll just have to accept they're making fun of me every single day. I'll have to live it like this. I got a little too emotional, I'll admit, okay? It was a bad time.
Bro, I don't remember. Bro, you sent me so many novels, I don't remember.
I'll say this.
Brother, you've sent me a whole Harry Potter book series in your texts.
Okay, bro, but it was you know what you're doing, you motherfucker. And that was before the rage baiting phrase got invented, so I didn't catch on at the time, okay?
Bro, I was one of the founding fathers of rage baiting, by the way.
Yeah, but you're washed now. You haven't got me for a long time. But I've been getting you like a fish on a hook. So, just saying.
Yeah, bro, because you just say racist stuff, and I got to back up my fellow African Americans.
Yeah, right. Trust me, that's the polar opposite of rage baiting. like I hate to say this, because I hate to say this, but I want to keep it going, and I actually was planning to. But when I keep citing those Madden ratings, I know it pisses you off.
Actually, I don't know why that pisses me off so much, but it does.
Oh my gosh, dude, why is he a 72? What the hell? You're like, bro for the last time, it's not real.
It actually pisses me off because you do the same damn thing every year where you're just like, oh my gosh, what are these ratings? And they're fake every time. But the real thing is, Madden ratings are even worse, though. So.
Yeah, they'll be worse than the fake ones. Holy crap. St. Jamar Chase will still be like a 95.
Bro, I remember after his rookie year, they had him at like an 84. I was pissed.
Bro, if he was 84 of his rookie year, Malik Neighbors should be an 85.
No, not his rookie year. His rookie year, he was like a 78. But after his rookie year...
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Malik should be an 85 and Matt a 26 if he was an 84.
All right, bro. 0 out of 10 rage bait, dog. 0 out of 10 rage bait.
I believe that. I believe his season was more... It might have been more better on paper, but it was more impressive considering what he had.
Was Jamar Chase more impactful for his team or Malik Neighbors? By the way, Bengals went to the Super Bowl that year.
Burrow would have made the Super Bowl without Chase.
Hell no.
Let me ask you: would Burrow have a 1,000-yard receiver without Chase?
Yeah.
Would Darius Slayton have 1,000 yards with 4 different quarterbacks?
Wait, Darius Slayton had 1,000 yards?
He never came close to 1,000. What I'm saying is, Malik had 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns, the most receptions in rookie history until Brock Bowers passed it the same year. He did that while missing 2 games with 4 different practice squad quarterbacks. He had Joe motherfucking Burrow. So I don't hear this ballisity More impressive, not better.
Bro, you just inventing new words. Ballistina Boney?
Baloney, I said, not bony. I'm not going to bone you. Relax. All right, Jim Tim says, I can't get into Better Call Saul. Bro, I don't understand how you can be a Breaking Bad fan and not get into Better Call Saul. Like, the first episode literally lures you
not as entertaining as Breaking Bad.
Watch your damn mouth. Number
Facts,
2.
man.
Bro, that season 4 finale was phenomenal, and that season 5 ending was so good.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
Like I said, I always appreciate the first season more. If you find the first 2 seasons boring or whatever, fine. You consider this your kind of job. I don't give a frick. You watch that show, because when you get to 3, 4, 5, and 6, holy crockamole. They're going to be like levitating.
Bro,
you know, it's a show so good where you're literally watching it and you literally feel like you're levitating.
Bro, I knew this show was some cult, and that's why you're so obsessed with it.
I might have just been an LST. I don't know. Anyway, I almost messed up. Right. Messed up. Missed. Oh. Yeah, all my laptops stopped working. Got to buy a new one. So here we are.
What do you mean all your laptops stopped working?
They're all school laptops. I graduated. Motherfuckers. I was trying to buy my time, but, you know.
Oh, you had to give it back?
So. No,
pray they don't check that Twitter history, Noah.
I didn't even get my chance to clear my history.
You didn't clear your history.
I didn't literally shut it down. Like, they would have asked, like, they would have done something, bro. Anyway, like I was saying. Yeah, this Chinese guy hooked me up. He has a lot of laptops in his basement. Got me this awesome laptop, so we're good.
Brother,
well, I have to go now.
What do you mean some Chinese guy hooked you up?
I told you, he got me the laptops. I went to his house. He had like a lot of laptops in his basement, like 50 of them. I bought this for $240. It was a great deal. This is a 20 RAM on it. That's that's insane. That's insane.
I don't know what 2020 RAM means, but that's great. No,
20 RAM is like how fast it works. Like as far as like switching the tabs and stuff. Like
what's like the
12.
best?
No, like for like a normal laptop it's like 12 or 8 in that area. This is 20. A PC is like 30. But that's for like gaming and stuff. Dude, the one I bought off Amazon, the one I was trying to use, had 4. It was so bad I had to return it the first day.
Oh my god!
Which is literally the lowest it can go without literally being unoperable. It was like so bad. So yeah, but this is a good laptop.
Buy it for $8.
It was off Amazon. It was $150.
Bro, I need to check. How much. What's it called? RAM? Because my PC.
Never cheap out when you're buying a computer or a phone or anything. Just spend the price and never cheap out.
Brother, I bought a PC for $50 off of eBay, and it crashes about every hour. I have to reload it every hour. Bro, on that live stream, I was getting cut out of that.
Oh, I remember that. Well, the thing about PCs, they need more RAM to operate. So it could still be like a decent RAM, but like if you're to actually operate when you're doing things, because that's like that whole computer system. It's not just a laptop. So their RAM's operates a lot more different because they need a lot more. So unless that has like 20,
when you become a tech nerd, what the hell?
Bro, this is very common knowledge. Everyone knows what RAM is. I don't know how you don't.
Bro,
but
I don't study computers.
Also, the Chinese guy did kind of fill me in. I barely understood him, but he filled me in.
You learned last week and acted like everybody should know it.
Everyone knows. No, I didn't always know what RAM was. Come on, man. I knew that stuff. Well, I do all my school online on my laptop, so maybe it's a benefit. so it might not be your fault.
Exactly.
I mean, I can barely spell, so
Hey,
so you're lucky here.
Black Lives Matter.
What? What's that do with anything?
What does that have to do with anything, dude?
I mean, I agree, definitely.
I just feel the need to say it when I'm around Noah, just to remind him.
You know what, bro? This is yeah, okay. Better call sauce.
Never call us.
No, your chat's funny.
Hey, at least they're not insulting me every minute.
Holy hell, bunch of 8-year-olds. God damn.
Can't get getting away with this. Hey,
They can't
Away
get
with
away with
this.
this.
Aaron Paul, I did not know that. I just found that out.
Wait, how does this song go? Got your whole team on me. Drawing up a scheme for me. Oh, it's fire.
What the hell are you even talking about?
I thought you said Darren Waller. What the hell?
I didn't say anything with Darren Waller. Frick that guy. No, actually, I love Darren Waller. I'm going to buy his jersey. I got a pick out of nowhere. Thank you.
Try and draw up a scheme for me. They got their whole team on me.
Taking time to heal. Taking time to feel, bro. When he released that, when he released that, as we're in the midst of him not from training camp, I literally was about to lose my tan line. I don't know if he was using it again because his WNBA girlfriend just broke up with him. There's a big problem. I don't know what's going on.
Wait, was that the year you guys lost Saquon? He did all that?
Yeah, that was that offseason, yeah.
Bro, I'm so sorry.
And I'll never forgive him for that Eagles game where we could have won, where he catches the ball and like 10 seconds left, and he just sits there like a dumbass. Saquon Barkley has to run to the sideline, grab a new football, and give it to who even was it? Was it Tyrod Taylor? Yeah, Tyrod Taylor. And then
brother,
at the time,
you talked about this for 4 months straight. We get it.
Frick Darren Waller. Actually, thank you for the 6th round pick.
Bro, it was a 7th and 6th round pick.
It was like yeah,
Swap.
it doesn't matter. Next time Brady.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jackson Dart. Next time Brady. All right. Bro, what?
Bro, you haven't read? Bro, that's
yeah, he's so far behind. It's not even funny.
We've been talking. Me and Matthew have been talking a little too long. Well, more like 85% me, 15% Matthew. But we're talking a little too long about stuff.
Okay, those numbers don't even add up.
85 and 15 doesn't add up.
Oh, I thought you said 85 and 50. My bad.
Average Noah.
I was about to say, damn, Matthew. I feel like Silver's 3 should have happened in episode 15. I feel like there's too much stuff going on. That was Johnny's episode. That wasn't Creasy's episode.
That episode was 100% focused on Johnny for the most part.
Bro, episode 15 was all about Crease biting Kim Daoon. Great episode.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
that
was
was
really for your set to meet his mother.
I made no sense.
I'm sure.
They ruined Dimitri. Bro, nobody ruined Dimitri. Bro.
I mean, he just got... Yeah, because like I said, season 6 was bad, but the last 3 episodes were peak, bro. The greatest free episode of all time. Like, no, the greatest free episode of Cobra Kai. Like, straight. And the last episode was my favorite episode. About, well, bro, I don't care about the movies no more, okay? They suck.
Damn, bro, finally.
I'm not watching Shameless.
Holy hell.
Bro, that is not what I just said.
That is just
I'm not watching the new one.
That's just some CW show.
It is a disrespect to the original SpongeBob, which was peak cinema, may I add.
Oh, they said the
By the way, Shameless, I watched one clip of that and I nearly killed myself. I'm not watching that show.
Bro,
Yo.
I watched one clip. Holy hell. is
I
all
don't know
have
what's
to
going on
say.
that show. I'm not watching that.
I watched a clip of a ginger dude. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You acted so different back then. I'm not sure what the context was. This was 20 minutes ago,
Yeah,
but yeah, I think
yeah,
we all acted
yeah.
different.
No,
We all
no,
acted way different.
no. You changed.
The only person I think has not really changed like different is two people. Well, actually, as far as people coming live free, Matthew, Tristan, and Ben. Probably because they were already like adults. Like we were 14, 15, Evan 9, and we just
Exactly.
slowly.
You acted so different. Yeah, no. Noah got an ego and kind of just went haywire.
Bro, do not start with me, bro. Do not start with that. If you want to go down the ego path, holy guacamole.
Bro, I don't have an ego.
Yeah, you're so good. I don't have an ego. I'm so perfect. I would never have an ego.
Well, being perfect does not mean you have an ego. Zone and world play
Bro,
game. Sonic.
What? Do you say be perfect? Dude. Bro. Dude, it's the funniest thing ever.
Zone and world play a game. Zona ego.
Bro,
First
did you
guess
say
each other.
just because
Hey, neither of us have an ego. What are you talking about?
Just because I'm perfect does not mean I have an ego.
Exactly.
Okay, everyone has an ego to an extent. It's just
I
Zone-
don't. I'm
What?
not flexing on people.
That's spoken of someone who has an ego. The only people who decline they have an ego, people who has an ego, a true ego. People with a small ego, like humble people, they're like, yeah, I can have myself sometime, that's fine. I'm human. So Matthew, stop being egotistical, mother fricker.
Give me one example of me having an ego.
Noah. Me being better than you, it's just me speaking the truth. Because I am the truth. Alright, buddy? Holy hell, that skin is white. Oh my gosh.
Bro, like I said, no, okay, statue what you just said, because you
Bro,
just
if
pissed me off.
if
Number
I
one.
cut off circulation from my neck, died 20 years later, I would not be that white. Holy hell.
Bro, I've explained this many, many times. The only light reverting to my face right now is a white screen off my laptop. Okay? Pitch white. You want to know what happens if I zoom in? See that? See that?
Damn. Oh, I can't say that.
There's no light in my room. Okay? Number two. That's actually the only reason I was trying to be dramatic. Whatever. Okay. Zone and World gonna
play
game Zone Eagle
Zone.
first. Guess which one you guys last. What?
Oh, I've seen these on TikTok. You want me to guess his last video? Bro,
Last video he
I
watched?
don't. Can I look it up?
No, I got it. Matthew's last video was a Celtics breakdown video. Matthew, confirm I'm right.
I don't do those, so no.
Just tell me if it was a Celtics
All
video or no. You don't have to say when it was. Say, was it a Celtics video?
It was not. No.
Was it about a movie or show?
Yes.
It's about Invincible.
No.
It's about the boys.
No.
Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Cobra Kai season 6.
Evan's last
Right.
YouTube video he watched. Evan, like on your main channel, I'm gonna say it was a song. It was a rap song.
Exactly, bro. How'd you get it? It was called
Don't
Being
bull
in
crap.
Paris. It was called Being in Paris. That's crazy.
No. You tell me what it was. Tell me I'm right. Because do you listen to music off YouTube or no?
No. Bro, you dumbass. No, it's saying your last uploaded video. You stupid.
Why would we guess that? I think we all watched our videos. Like, what's the point of doing that?
No.
That's like,
Each other's last uploaded video. You dumb mother.
that's stupid.
All right, I'm gonna guess both of yours, okay? Matthew.
He's looking it up right now.
No. I'll turn on my camera right now. Matthew, yours?
I think his last one was
Boston Celtics
ranking.
Oh, wait, no,
Bro,
no.
I don't
that's
make
it.
Celtics videos, dude.
It was ranking all the characters, right?
No.
Cobra Kai character
Seasons. Ranking all the seasons,
Yes.
right?
Yes. There you go. I
ranking.
rank
I'm
all
gonna guess.
seasons
I'm
of
gonna guess
Cobra Kai.
names now. Hold on.
There's
Give me a
0%
minute.
chance you guess this.
Give me a minute. Ranking every episode of Cobra Kai.
That was a while
Remember that
ago.
video? Bro, the video I posted today is my first time ever talking about this TV show, so I don't think you're gonna guess it. I don't think if you know the show to begin with, either way.
Wait, it's a different show. Obliterated review.
So that'd be hilarious if you do.
The last video is why Dexter Resurrection is a terrible idea and will fail.
Bro, this is unfair. You uploaded this today. Wait, so was the ranking Cobra Kai the second? Most recent?
You made that like a month ago, dude.
I've been posting
How
quite
many
a bit.
videos have you uploaded?
Well, dude, I said
He's
before.
done Breaking Bad videos. He's done Dexter.
One day, when I'm busy, right? When I'm not busy and I have a full day and I want to make YouTube videos, I make like 6 videos. And then I just edit it later. Like, most of my videos were recorded months ago or weeks ago. Like, my Godfather review, I recorded that a month ago. And I just posted it like yesterday. So yeah, my last videos were Dexter Resurrection will fail, the Godfather review, Breaking Bad Season 3 review, my Cobra Kai edit, which I didn't make that, the Cobra Kai Spin-off video, Spider-Man, Punisher entering the Spider-Man movie, Breaking Bad Season 2 review, the greatest scene in all of Star Wars, my reaction to Cobra Kai Season Part 2, ranking all Cobra Kai and Karate Kid characters, and then my ranking of most of the episodes. So there's like 10 videos. And I still have videos that I already recorded that are coming out soon. Like my Breaking Bad Season 4 review will be coming soon. Game of Thrones Season 1. And when I'm done ranking all my Breaking Bad, I want to rank all the episodes. Because that's probably my favorite TV show. Like, if I rank all the Cobra Kai episodes, Breaking Bad is my favorite show of all time. I probably should rank all the Breaking Bad episodes.
How many episodes are there?
I think 63 or 62. So about the same as Cobra Kai. I mean, I know my 1 and 2 favorite. I know my least favorite is. My least favorite is obviously the Fly episode, where the whole episode is about catching a fly. my favorite is the finale, and then 5:14.
Oh, I heard him talk about that episode on Joe Rogan about the fly.
Yeah, dude, literally the entire episode is chasing a fly. That's literally
Oh, that's terrible.
Well, it's like, oh, they made reasons like, oh, it's Walt's obsession of to control things. It's his character arc. I'm like, shut the frick up, all right? Even I care about all those character arc stuff. Stop it. No. I'm not watching him chase a fly for 40 minutes as a character study. And every single episode of Breaking Bad is over 8.
Bro, if no
That's one that has a 7.
character study,
That's the only episode of Breaking Bad on IMDb that is in the 7s and not an 8. It's a 7.9.
Wow. Very interesting, Noah.
And it is controversial. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. I don't know why, but a lot of people just love it for some reason.
Get some LED lights in the window fast. Okay. Yeah, get some bright blue LED lights. Get some bright pink LED lights around your room.
Yeah, I'm not getting all pink LED lights.
Bro, you'll look like a 2013 emo girl room. That'll be perfect.
I don't know why you want me to look like an emo girl, but relax.
Bro,
Keep your femboy fetishes to yourself.
I want your room to look like whatever.
I want my room to look like an emo girl's. Oh god, this is getting more disturbing. Dude, what? It's a Just TV show. No, that Shameless show looks way too weird. I do not like it. And plus, it looks like one of those sitcoms. It reminds me. I think if I'm corrected, this looks like a more of an adult version of what's it called? What's that show called? With a really smart kid, never shuts the frick up.
Young Sheldon.
Young Sheldon. It's like a more adult version of Young Sheldon, and that is like my worst nightmare.
Absolutely not.
No, like a sitcom, but not really sitcom with the laughs. Like that's what I mean. That's what Young Sheldon is, right?
Yeah,
that's what Shameless is also, but it's like more adult.
Way more adult, dude.
The old shows that I like that are like sitcom-y, I've already said it before, it only comes down to 2. One is Jesse, just because of just because it's nostalgia. That's the only reason. Number 2 is The Office. Everything else I don't
thought you
like.
hated on The Office. What the hell?
I just said you need to chill as the great shows of all time. Chill your titties on that.
It's top 3.
Oh, geez.
I watched episodes. And I heard the finale is really good. I actually haven't seen the last episode. I heard the finale is one of the best finales of all time.
Yes, it's very good.
I was watching a video like top 10 finales of all time. That was up there with top 10.
Bro, get a life, dog.
Bro, I like movies. It's my passion and my hobby.
W Zone.
Bro, Matthew, you said your last video was about Cobra Kai. Shut the frick up.
Hey, I'm just appreciating greatness, man.
I like that. I like that more. What's our last watched video? Wait, no, let me guess yours. Wait, let me see mine real quickly. Make sure it's okay.
Let me see mine. Okay. Mine's not bad.
Wait. Bro, my YouTube app has to re-download or update or whatever.
Mine is like a, you're not going to guess this, I'll just say it. It's like a recap of the El Camino movie. It's like a short video like recapping the El Camino movie.
Bro, I don't really watch
Because
YouTube anymore.
I finished Breaking Bad Season 5 and I did not really feel like watching the El Camino movie, so I just watched a recap. It went downhill way before that. Honestly, I'll say after like 5. I didn't really watch every single season. I just know I've seen episodes from like each season, and really the best of the best were.
Oh, bro, mine's boring.
Jesse ended 10 years ago, which is crazy.
Crazy, Matthew. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm being an asshole. I'm sorry. Awful, Matthew.
I know because you are one.
Oh, dude. All right, Cam Boyce. I remember that morning I pulled out my phone and my phone's just exploding with his death. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the frick happened? Like he was only 20 years old when he passed. I'm like, what the frick happened? And
Matthew, wait. Let me guess your watch history, okay? I'm going to guess the exact video. Boston Celtics Chat Sports Free Agent Tracker.
No. No. The Boston Chat Sports is a woman, so he ain't watching that.
Oh, shit.
Actually, we got a new host, and he's much better. I don't know what happened to her, but thank goodness.
God.
He is much better.
Honest.
Like, holy moly.
Yeah. I'm not sexist, but I am not sexist. I'm not sexist, but if my chat sport person was a woman, I'd be upset too. I'm just being honest.
No. Wait, no.
No, like, it's not even that. Her takes were awful. Like, it was so bad.
Matthew, is the Boston Chat Sports guy, is his name Smitty?
Yeah, it's Smitty.
Oh my gosh, Smitty.
That's the Warriors Chat Sports guy. Bro, this guy's getting passed around
wait,
more than
Smitty
mother.
from the Giants?
Bro, wait.
Let me see what's the
bro. This guy came on like every single live. He was like a partner. He was on like the whole entire watch party of the.
Bro, this guy's getting passed around. Holy hell, bro! He's the Warriors Chat Sports guy.
Smitty was on the entire watch party for the game lives, and the whole Aaron Rodgers stuff, where it was like hours and hours and hours of waiting to see if he joined. He was on the whole entire time. What the hell?
Bro,
his payroll's insane.
Oh, what the hell?
You guys ever talk about Chat Sports? It's like a channel program where it's like they get someone to talk about like news.
Wait, is he the Timberwolves Chat Sports guy?
I don't think we don't have a Chat Sport. I don't think it's really offending.
Oh, you guys don't have it? Yeah, you guys suck. Holy hell!
We should because we made it back-to-back Western Conference Finals, best team in the league.
Imagine not having a Chat Sports to your NBA team.
Frick off, bro! Like I was saying,
back-to-back West Finals.
All right, wait! I still got to guess Matthew's last video. Actually, no, Matt.
You already said it was a Cobra Kai thing.
Oh wait, it was a Cobra Kai thing. Oh, you nerd! Holy hell! Holy hell.
Bro, your name is
Why-
literally Cobra Kai Zone. What are you talking about?
Bro, your name is Cobra Kai World, and what do you do all day?
Okay,
Matt?
and it used to be Cobra Kai Never Dies or something like that. So
Oh, that's a lot better. My gosh.
Okay, so think about it. He is Cobra Kai to the entire world. You're just Cobra Kai to a small zone. Pretty embarrassing.
A zone can be
Me?
as big as you want it to
I'm
be.
Cobra Kai Karate. Karate is a national, a whole entire. Everyone knows
Bro,
karate.
you just took the show and put it into your name, bro. No, you know what? You are never guessing.
Bro, you know what? You know
video.
what tripped me out? When everyone called me karate, everyone like literally, even you guys called me karate back when we first knew each other. Everyone called me karate. Whenever someone would say karate, like for any reason, like oh I hate karate or oh I have to teach karate, it felt weird. It felt like someone saying my name. It's still like bro. Even when Robbie was like oh karate's giving me everything I've had, it still messes with my head.
What the hell?
It's your guys' fault. You guys called me karate for like 2 years.
What the hell? What the hell, man?
Phil still do call me karate. I don't mind it, but like, you know.
No, you're not guessing in my last watch video.
It's a workout like bullcrap.
It's not actually, but
highlights.
that's actually a really good guess though. But no, it's not. Because why would I watch on YouTube? By the way,
Joe Burrow 2021 playoff.
How are you supposed to watch it on freaking whatever? What was it?
I don't need to watch a video. I know it. Okay.
Like you're trying to learn something, like some sort of I don't know. What the hell's the thing? What was your last video?
What is it? I gave up. It's a Tucker Carlson podcast, you dumbass. That was your next guess, right?
Oh yeah, really. What do you mean, Caleb? What do you mean, Caleb?
Oh boy, it's Caleb.
Look, I like any reel I enjoy, whether it's funny, not because I relate to it. If it's funny, it's interesting.
Noah would, like a few weeks ago, would send me like a reel of someone humping a horse at 1 a.m. Like, bro.
That was over a month ago, dude.
Your reels that you send are disgusting.
By the way, my finger slipped. I did not mean to send it to you. It was for someone else. So whatever. Also, it's been over 6 years since... Oh, I read that. Remember when Anthony Russo said, don't worry about the Cobra Kai kid?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, it's a Cobra Kai kid reference or whatever.
I don't know if it actually was. It could have been. I don't know if they ever said if it was or not. I mean, I don't even watch them, to be honest. I mean, I could barely finish the series overall, so... Yeah, greatest endings of all time. The Office was number 8 of the greatest endings of all time. Did you even watch any? Because there's like 11 seasons, weren't they? How many seasons were there in The Office?
I mean, I haven't watched.
It was like 11 seasons, and season 11 was like 3 different parts.
I'm not gonna lie, I skipped like the entire last season, but that episode.
Because doesn't Michael leave the show in like season 10?
Yeah, Michael's gone for the last 2, and then, well, I'm not gonna spoil the last one, but I mean, I think you kind of know.
Yeah, I think it comes back in the finale. Yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 10 best finales. Person of Interest is number 10. Number 9 is Hannibal. See, I told you. I heard good things, not because I'm a cannibal. Number 9. Number 8 is The Office. 7 is Mr. Robot. 6 is Clone Wars. You watch that. Number 5 is 6 Feet Under. Number 4 is Motherfricker. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, hell
That
no.
is not true. That is not true.
Oh, hell no.
Number 3 is, I can't pronounce that, but whatever. Number 2 is Better Call Saul. 1 is Breaking Bad. Top 10 worst finales. Number 2 is 2.5 Men. Number 9 is Fear of Walking Dead.
What
Number
the
8 is
hell
Killing
is
Eve.
2.5
Hey,
Men?
Matthew, number 7 is Supernatural. Bro, this guy's trying to convince me that it's the greatest show of all time, and he loves the show, and the ending is so good.
I didn't say
Number
it was the
7
greatest show of all time, but okay.
Number 7 is the worst finale of all time. That's bad. Number 6 is The Flash. Makes sense. Number 5 is Dexter: New Blood. Number 4 is House of Cards. Number 3 is How I Met Your Mother. that ended badly. Never watched it. Number 2 is Dexter, the original show.
No. How I Met Your Mother definitely did not end badly. Don't worry.
What do you mean?
It's pretty good.
Okay,
Pretty good.
that's good. That actually was good. Okay, that was good. Number 2 is Dexter. 1 is Game of Thrones, obviously. And this means like finale, like the actual last episode, not like the actual season.
Very cool stuff, Nova.
Do not test me.
Very repairable. What the hell? What the Halliburton?
Let me just say,
gosh.
let me say, I really like the Hannibal show. I'm really gonna watch it. That's what I'm gonna say. The Ones Who Live is rough to finish. It's Walking Dead. What are you hoping for Daredevil Born Again Season 2? Just bring back what the show's all about. Bring back true character stories, true dark tones, and just dwell on it. Don't skip past it. Just dwell on it. And I hope they do. And they can, because now they got writers that actually, the new writers that, if that finished the show in the first one, they'll be doing Season 2. So I think it could be good.
Matthew, you know Taj Gibson?
Yeah, I do.
Well, bro, what's his jersey number? Can you look it up?
67.
6'7". That's pretty good.
He used to be 22 when he was on the Bulls.
6'7". Wait,
I don't know about you,
who
but
Taj
I'm feeling
Gibson's
22.
But yeah,
By the way, Matthew, Matthew.
Taj Gibson, Timberwolves legend.
Matthew, you are a lucky motherfucker. By the way, I'm
How am I lucky?
The Celtics might win the championship now. Like you might get their second ring in your lifetime.
Yeah, probably not.
Because you guys just got Luka Garza, Timberwolves legend. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh my god, can you stop with this? Like, holy crap!
And,
like, I don't get
honestly,
it, like, bro. Can you
when I
just
saw that news,
like, bro? Can you just be like real for a minute? We all know he sucks.
This
like,
is
let's
why.
just be honest.
Excuse me. Did you see his? Dude, he had like 10 points in like 2 minutes. Remember that, Evan?
Bro,
in the
he's
playoffs.
your third string center. Why are you so upset?
Tom Brady was a first string quarterback, wasn't he? Now what I'm saying is
basketball is different from football. Dude.
What I am saying is, whenever he's on the court, he's the best player on the court.
Bro,
now
exactly, he is the best player. When he's out on the court,
bro,
he
was on the Pistons G League team 3 years ago.
Yeah, greatest comeback story of all time.
Matthew, look up his highlights in Iowa. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, Matthew, when he comes off the bench, bro, it's gonna be like Brady coming off the bench back in Boston. The energy is gonna be the same, and I'll never forgive us for letting him go. I'll never forgive that. This is why we never won a championship. Honestly,
bro, just be real. He sucks. He's not good.
And honestly, I'm frightened. But if we ever make the finals and we come across Luka motherfucking Garza on the Celtics and he's facing us, I'm not gonna watch the series. It's gonna be over before it even started.
Bro, we're not gonna be. We're not gonna be in the finals for a long time.
He was the greatest. He was the greatest Luka in the Mavs in the Western Conference Finals last year. He was the greatest Luka in the Warriors in the Lakers versus Wolves series this year. And now he's the greatest Luka in the NBA on the Celtics, and it's very unfortunate.
Bro, no, if it's Timberwolves, Celtics, and the championships next year, Julius Randle is going to demand a trade as soon as the finals start because he's going to be so terrified of Luka Garza.
And we're going to go out with 4 people because we're not going to go out with our starting 5. Someone will be too scared. No one will take the spot.
Bro, it's just a free bucket every time.
And they're going to rename the finals MVP the Luka Garza MVP because it already got handed to him before it even started. They just knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, they pre-fired MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP. Bro,
and they renamed it every single one.
Bro, he may not even get into the finals, and he'll still win Finals MVP. He's that good.
Yeah. So Matthew, you're really lucky. You got him.
No, we're really not.
He's really humble.
Matthew,
Evan, you see how humble he is taking that cheap deal? He's so humble, man. So inspirational.
Bro, honestly, you're talking about a guy.
We're not even making the play-in next year. We'll be like a 12.
Talking about a guy that wins Rookie of the Year multiple times.
He wins Rookie of the Year every year. He He was comeback player of the year every single year, even though he was MVP and comeback.
You know the All
Wait,
NBA
I'm
team?
taking freaking Kwame Brown and Anthony Bennett over Luka Garza.
The All NBA
Stop
team
that right now.
is the All Luka Garza team.
Bro, he wins the comeback player of the year and the MVP every single year.
There is no comeback player of the year for NBA. That's NFL, dude. Relax.
Well, it's here now. It's here now.
Most improved player of the year. He wins it every year.
Oh, it's the same damn thing. These gates are the same names. Frick you, Adam Silver.
Bro, Luka Garza wins Coach of the Year. Dog, he's unstoppable.
Season 4 of Dereliction. I
want to get Zone's thought on this. Zone. Denver has informed Valanciunas that he's going to have to honor his contract. They will not be allowing him to play in Europe.
That fat, handsome man needs to actually get his shit together and not play in freaking Greece, because who the hell would rather play in Greece than in the NBA?
That's what I'm saying.
Actually, no, I get why he would, because he's worth because they're going to pay him more, and he's from Greece, and like he would be like the best player in the league there. So I actually understand it, but
also he doesn't play for the Nuggets.
Bro, smash or pass, Jonas Valanciunas. Matthew, I got another question for you.
We're done. We're done. Guys, thanks for watching this. Guys, you know what's the worst part? I can't even play my outro because Streamer will not let me. Bro, the Streamer had to pay for now you play your clips. Look what happens when I try to play my clips. It says this. The free plan comes with one example video. If you'd like to share your own videos, check out the upcoming programs. What the frick?
Wait, you can't play clips anymore?
It's not allowed to me unless it... I have no idea.
Damn.
See. You know, guys, I have to use the AI-generated StreamYard bullcrap free outros as now. So, guys, you just have to enjoy it, okay? I'm going to get it figured out. I'm going to sue them. I'm going to do something. I'm getting it figured out by next network. Hey, guys, I'm probably going to be on vacation for a week, so I'll put in the chat my community tab of when I will.
I'll do network form, and it'll all work out.
No way. Not a chance in hell. I'd rather die. But I'll put my community tab.
That'd be good.
I put my community tab when I'll do my network early or later, because that's how it's going to be, Evan. Okay. By the way, when I do go, I'm gonna get my last time I went fishing, I got a 40-inch fish. Evan's never got anything closer to that. I'm gonna get one even bigger this time.
Bro, you didn't even catch the size of my.
Shut the fuck up. You know, I was telling a story when I was 8 years old. I caught a 46-inch fish.
Bro, why did you say that after I said that? I have a story when I was 8 years old.
I was just proud of myself, and now you're trying to make it perverted, okay? Frick you.
Bro, no, I caught a shark. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, a little baby shark to do, baby shark to do. Bro, don't get me started.
No, I caught a shark.
Bro, when I saw that picture, I thought, is that like the bait you're using? Is that like the bait you're using?
No, you don't understand. In the picture, it's gonna be. It looks about this bit where you can't see my arm, but like, and then in the stories, it gets twice as big. So
yeah, you're trying to do this from camera angle. I know what you're trying to do. Okay,
bro, it was big, and I would know because I do lift big things.
Killed a baby shark. How dare you? You know what? Jaws is coming for your ass.
I did not kill it. It's very much alive. Did I take the hook out?
If I caught a baby shark, bro, I'm eating that damn thing.
Did I take the hook out? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not putting my hands anywhere near that big ass mouth.
Yeah, I actually was thinking, I get a free vacation wherever I want this year. I don't know where to go, so you think Florida's a good option?
Actually, I do. Florida's very fun.
I got a friend down there right now, but he told me, do not come. He also said, do not come to, it doesn't matter. He also said, do not come to there. He says, you should go to Hawaii. I feel like Hawaii isn't too expensive. I don't know my grandparents and property.
Hawaii's the most expensive you can get, I think.
And I never even been on a plane before.
Wait. Is this for graduation? Your parents are letting you go anywhere?
It's actually my grandparents.
Are you going with someone?
It'll be my grandparents. That's basically about it, because they really can't afford to bring anyone else. So I'm really just kind of on my own.
Brother, your senior trip. Wait, your graduation trip is with your grandparents?
I will have my license by then. Let me just say that. It's scheduled in the beginning of August because the DMV, the whole entire place, literally the only one day I can schedule it. So no, it's not. Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna get my license before you? What the hell? What the hell?
Blame the damn DMV. It's the only damn day in the entire year to schedule it. Like,
Bro,
what the hell?
I get my license in about a week. You better
If you
know.
pass, buddy. If you pass,
Bro,
buddy.
brother, I am passing. What the hell?
We'll see.
Bro, I'm
Driver
actually
tests are
getting,
actually a lot easier than people make it. It's like a 10-minute drive.
I'm actually getting my license on my birthday, unlike your dumbass who's getting it 6 years later after you turn 16.
Bro, it was 2 years. A lot of people don't get their license until they're 18. It's more of a 50-50 issue. So stop this baloney.
Nah.
By the way, it's a whole lot cheaper. You know how much cheaper it is to get when you're 18? When you're a minor, it's all the expensive you got to go through. Way more expensive.
Yeah, well, I'm rich, so it's fine.
Here you go with the ego.
I am rich. You know how much money I've made, Noah?
Well, I actually got to pay for it on my parents. Just saying. Oh, but the stocks on Tesla, right?
No.
You're a stocks venture on Tesla. They gone very well in the recent memory, right?
It actually has been doing great recently. It's back up. Buster.
It is, really. Well, wait until Elon Musk starts his new political party, and it's all going to crumble down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what the hell is the American Party? Is that what it's called, or what's it called?
Yeah, it's called the America Party, or For America Party.
Can you get any more generic than that?
No.
There's no way they're allowed to use that name. That's like something. There's like a word for that. That's not sanitary. Whatever. Elon Musk will do what he does. He has become meme. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this network. Enjoy my new outro. Always remember, extreme measures are extreme measures. Peace out.
Bro, what's your new outro?
Oh, come on, bro. Not any music.
Oh, that's very cute.
Oh, the freaking StreamYard logo. Oh, get the hell out of here, StreamYard.
Oh,
yeah, all right, no.
give
me a new outro. Give me a new outro. Is there anything else I can use?
I'll make you an outro, Noah. I'll make you an outro.
No.
All right, guys, new outro. And I'm playing music.
Let me tell you about this dude named Whoa. He thinks he's a Sigma, he thinks he's a
So I can play my music, but I can't play my clips.
Bro, they just love Matthew's song too much for them to ban